Thank you for notifying everybody. Send out a bunch of shares. Let's see here. Boom, boom. Essay Artistries. Haley Beth, how are you doing, my love? Good to see you. Hope you're able to hear me. Y'all able to hear me okay? Painting at Tiffany. The ladies in the house. The reason for the season. Everybody hear me all right? Cool, S.A. Cool. S.A., it's so good to see you in the chat again. I hope you're doing all right. Much love, my sister. Thank you, S.A. You know you don't have to do that, though. Appreciate you, S.A. I'm just glad to see you back. For real. Feel like we're missing one of our key components there. Okay, painting. That sounds good. It'll probably be 30, 45 minutes. We're going to probably do a regular show. And then, so do your thing. Don't worry. You're going to do great. I've got my notes. We're going to talk about a few other artists. We're going to talk about doing things in batches today. And how sometimes for some artists like myself, that's a necessity. So appreciate y'all being here. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Please share and like and follow and do all that kind of stuff. I think I'm legally supposed to say that. So thanks everybody for coming in. Chad Rev is going to join us here before too long, and we'll get going. We're going to have an interview with Painting at Tiffany's today. We're going to talk a little bit about some of our friends and some of the stuff that we have coming up. And we're also going to talk about doing things in batches. Right on, Tiffany. Right on. I appreciate you. I'm really excited about today's show, Tiffany, because it's about you. And that's super cool because you've been behind the scenes this whole time not getting credit. Well, we try to give you credit, but you're not really getting credit like you should. So, right on. Appreciate y'all stopping in. Thank you for being here. And Chad Rev Art is over there doing his thing. He'll join us pretty soon. Hey, Stained Glass. Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. Today's artist is going to be Painting at Tiffany's. We're going to talk a little bit about Theory of Radio. We're going to talk about Santiago. We're going to talk about Eric the Airbrush Artist. We're going to talk about Crimson Rose. And Bakken, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Really appreciate y'all. It's good to see you, Bakken. Chad's going to join us pretty soon. We're going to talk about doing stuff in batches. We're going to talk to Painting at Tiffany's today. And we're going to look at a Santiago piece. We're going to talk about some stuff going on Theory of Radio. We're going to talk a little bit about Eric the Airbrush Artist. And we're going to talk about Crimson Rose. So thanks for stopping in. Appreciate y'all being here. Give it a little time for Chad to join us if we're able to do that. And let's see here. Looks like he's over there doing his. Hey, Southern Gothic, what's going on? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Uh-oh, there he is.
Whoa, what's up, dude?
What's up, my brother?
How are you, homie?
You're over there on my screen. Are you over there on my screen? Okay, so you're over there?
No, yep, Mandy Jane.
Okay, cool. Element Rose, good to see you.
Yeah. All the heavy hitters here, brother. Brought a couple of dozen of my best TikTok friends to the Gin Project show.
Stained Glass would like to send you some tacos.
I'm going to do a special just on my goats, and I'm going to love them the whole time. So you'll either have to suffer through me loving them, or you will learn to love them yourself.
You remember the old cartoon where he had to... I will love him and call him George.
I love him and hug him and squeeze him and
Yeah, yeah, dude.
what's up,
Yeah.
Eduardo?
Thank you, Gothic. Appreciate you. It's good to see you. Hey, Theory Radio, good to see you. We're gonna talk about you some
Essay.
tonight. So, hey,
Essay
Blue, thank you for
artistries.
stopping in.
I
Yeah,
know
wasn't
what
it
you're
good to see
laughing
Essay
about,
in the
Essay.
chat, bro? Sammy
Essay, I
B,
know.
how are you
I know what you're
doing?
laughing
Holy
at.
cow, Sammy,
Oh,
thank you.
thank you,
Galactic
Essay. You ain't
Overlord,
gotta
good to
do
see
that.
you. Mandy, good to see you. Mindscape Trips, that's pretty cool handle. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Who'd you
Mindscape
just
Trips is a
drop
good
in?
artist. Follow Mindscape
Sammy
Trips.
B,
Make sure. Do you hear me? Did you
thank
hear
you.
words coming out of
Thank
my
you,
mouth,
Sammy B.
Guinea?
Yes, I'm working on that right now, my friend. Sammy's dropping corgis on us over here. I am following
Sammy,
Mindscape
good
Trips right
job.
this moment. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate y'all. I didn't see any, hey, Squibs! Did Squibs stop in here? Good to see you, Squibs. Thank y'all for stopping in. We really appreciate y'all. We think we got a good show for you today. We're going to
Yeah,
have
we
Painting
do.
at Tiffany's is going to be our guest. And I
Yes.
am beyond excited because she has been behind the scenes helping us out. Thank you, Sammy, since before this show started. And now she is here. She's going to take the
Oh, man.
stage. She's painting again, and her work is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Natasha's in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of her work is
What's up,
amazing. Good to see you,
Natasha?
Natasha. It's great to be known, and thank you, Chad. You're an amazing
I'm
artist yourself, says Mindscape Trips. I love that handle. I love it. So we're
Let's
also
have a
going to
share
show off
party
some
real quick,
art.
can we?
Yeah, do your
Share,
thing,
share,
bro. Do your
share.
thing.
Share.
Do
Everybody
your thing.
share. Quickly, share, share. Share.
Hey, Spurs, what's going on? hey, hey, we're gonna show off some art today too. We got Eve's artistry, who we want to show some love to because she's in banishment land right now for no good reason. So we love some Eve's artistry. She did that Jack.
Sammy,
Natasha
thank
did
you.
this. Natasha did this for us, and if you know the joke, you know the joke, and this is spectacular. So Natasha, if you're out there, still. Yeah, you are. There you are. Much love to you. Check this amazing piece of work out. And the arrow is pointing to me, by the way.
Yes.
I got a package in from Crimson Rose, which was really cool. And something from Santiago that I believe my man here wants to talk about. Much love to you, Natasha. Nothing but love for you. Hey, Richard, I just saw you flow through there, buddy. Good to see you. Landscape guy, Bob Not So Ross, another amazing artist. Y'all please make sure to follow each other.
Sammy, thank
Look
you.
out for each other.
Oh my God.
Today, your guest is painting at Tiffany's. I'd like to tell you that Chad Rev Art has a couple things for you, I think. Chad, didn't you have a couple things you wanted to address? And I'll do that in your time frame, man, whenever you want to handle that.
You want
Your
to talk
buddy, you
about
got some art that you haven't shared yet, I think. And you
that was
also,
sent to me?
yes, from our good
Yes.
friend
Yes, I'm into
in New
that. I'm
York.
into that. Yo, Eric, what
And
up, dude?
you may or may not have an announcement about your show Thursday. I'm not sure if
Um,
you've got that
it's gonna
dialed
be
in yet.
iffy. It's probably just not gonna happen, guys. I got a doctor's
Thank
appointment,
you,
and they're gonna
Diablo.
poke and
Thank you,
prod
Bob.
me, and send me back to the mothership and change out my human uh, costume here. So
Thank you, Sam.
chances are Thursday's show isn't gonna happen. If it does, that'll be awesome, but I don't see it happening. You can catch me on flow states all over the place, chaotically. Make sure you're following. Make sure your
So
notifications are on.
set your notifications for this guy right now, because it might be hard to catch him in the next little bit here. So set your notifications. He's been doing some amazing flow states. If you can see the piece of art, I keep going the wrong way. He's over there for me. The piece of art behind
Yes,
him
Wafty.
is climbing the spire. It's getting better and better. Hey, Chris. Good to see Chris.
She's gonna be
Good to see you.
awesome.
Appreciate you. So,
You ready to see some
yeah,
cool
man.
art?
Yeah.
Are you
Hey,
sure?
Diablo, thank you.
Is
Gosh, y'all, thank
Santiago
y'all
here
so
by
much.
chance?
Y'all are
If he
amazing.
shows up,
Thank
I'll have
you.
to show it again. Guys,
Well, let's
Santiago
wait and
art.
see. Let's
Yeah, you
send
wanna wait? Let's wait.
Santiago. Well, let's send him a share. Let's
Let's
see what he's doing.
let's
Let's
make
share.
make sure. Yeah, yep, yep.
Can we share something to
Everybody who's friends with
Santiago?
Santiago, just send him a share all at the same time.
Yeah.
Everybody
Could
just
y'all
send
do that?
Santiago a
Because
share. That would be great.
Anybody that
He
knows him,
might
just
be
send
like
him a share.
you bastards.
He might be busy. He might have stuff going on, and that's okay. But we were
He
going to
very
brag on
well
his art
could.
just a little
Yeah,
bit.
we're gonna. So
Thank
yeah,
y'all for coming in, Chris, Sammy B. Man, it's so good to see. Tomorrow, Theria says tomorrow at 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Central Standard
thank you,
Time, 6
Spurs.
p.m.
Thank you,
Eastern
boys.
Time on the Theory Radio. The Gin Project airs, folks. The Gin Project, you will now be able to find these interviews that Chad and I do. Theory Radio, our good friend Seb at Theory Radio, is editing out the parts where I'm
Chocolate
being a
man.
nut job, and he's
Mostly
turning
me.
into an actual show. And you can catch it on Wednesday nights. And if I'm not mistaken, they will also be archived. You will be able to go back and check those out. So, big thanks to Theria. That's one of the things we were going to talk about today, and we're going to hit on that again. I've actually got the Theria app open right, or the Theria radio open on my page right here. We're going to give you some information about who's on when, and really, I love those guys, man. They've been really good to me. They've been so kind, and I really believe in what they're trying to do over there. And I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm honored that they would have me on their Wednesday night slot. So me and your guy Chad Rev Art are now part of the Therian team, and we will be coming at you from your radio airwaves as well. And there's probably more to come too. So stay tuned, folks. Thank you so much, Theria, for doing that for us. That's amazing. I know you got some other stuff in the pipe in the works we can't talk about. They did interview me. That was very kind of you. Thank you so much for doing that. There's some stuff coming with Chad too, and we can't say much more about that right now, but we will in the future. So follow Theory Entertainment, follow Theory Radio. That's our friend Seb and Italo, and while I'm on a streak, we might as well go through it right now, and I'm going to mispronounce these names, so please forgive me. Yeah, Theory is in various stages of
Let's hear it.
development, and we're proud to be a part of it. So on Mondays, there's inspiration with Theria on Monday. Uh, it is. Let me see here if I can pull up a little more information. Just when I'm trying to do this, my computer decides to act crazy. So we're going to pull it up again.
I believe that's
So
an
you got
IE 10T error.
So you've got inspiration with Theria on Monday. You've got the Fire Pit on Tuesday. You've got the Gin Project show on Wednesday. You've got the Theria Top 10 on Saturday. And you've got Theria Poetry on Friday. And you can also catch them on at some other times here and there. I catch them sneaking around here and there. So keep your eyes out for Theoria Radio, Theoria Entertainment, and please go over there. They have an app. You can download it. It doesn't cost anything. It is absolutely free. If you download it, then you can give them your email address or a little bit of information, and they will send you out information about what's going on if you would like to do so. If not, you don't have to do that. You can just download the app and listen in. They have a bunch of indie artists on there, a bunch of different kinds of genres, and they're really great guys. I believe in their mission, and I hope you'll go over there and support us. Chad, what you got, buddy?
Sammy B is over here making
She's
it
raining.
rain in a way
Yes.
that I have not seen. Sammy, thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much.
you, Sammy,
I
baby.
was just over here
Stop,
cracking
Sammy.
up, going, "Oh
Stop,
my
Sammy.
god, oh my
Stop,
god,
Sammy. Stop. Stop,
we
Sammy.
love you, we love you, we
Thank
love
you,
you."
Diablo.
Anyway, we loved you
Yes,
before.
yes,
You guys,
yes.
go follow Sammy B. We would have said that either way, but good gosh, thank you. Oh my, Diablo, thank you. Y'all are too
so,
kind.
so as far as the Theria thing goes, help them build up. They're good dudes. They're trying to build up a platform. They actually went through all the hoops to get an app made, and that is no easy task. That shows you some amount of dedication there, and they've been kind enough to help us out too. So we appreciate it. Hope you give them some support. Eric the Airbrush Artist is here. Our guy. That's another dude I wanted to talk about today. I sure would
Yay,
like y'all to show
yay.
some love to Eric the Airbrush Artist. He's been working really hard at his other job this week, and He hadn't got much time in on that airbrush, so that's coming. If I'm not mistaken, he's going to be off this weekend. We might get to catch him. I think he was driving around with Chad's girlfriend. I'm pretty sure he's with somebody. Everybody would know the person's name that he's with the next couple days. So I hope you got some sleep, my brother. Everybody support him. Go over to his page, check out his stuff, and right on,
Do you like
Chris.
that
Right on. Right on.
content I dropped? I think it was yesterday, Eric. Not creepy at all content.
They're not creepy. Sammy, stop.
Bearded
Sammy,
Carver,
you're
what's up?
amazing.
Sammy, Jesus.
Sammy, stop, Sammy. Sammy, we love you, Sammy. You don't. We
She was
love
doing
you
it
anyway.
again.
She's wild. She's
Good Lord.
she won't stop today. She's on it. There's stuff I've never even seen before coming up.
What's up, Bearded Carver? I
Thanks, Sammy.
know. She had like
So
3 things and stuff all going blah, 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 at the same time when I was over here doing this.
the other person I wanted to talk about, I haven't seen in the chat yet, but I got a package from her, and I'm going to do some content on it. But I wanted to show you all a few things here. I got them up here because I dug them. Uh-oh. And uh-oh.
Good going, Gin.
So I got a nice envelope, and I had a really nice message on it. And I got some stickers and some postcards that has her art on it. And it's postcards for positivity. It's a wonderful idea. Basically, she's just using her art to spread love and kindness and to elevate the art community. So the postcards and all the stickers that came are of her art. And like I said, the postcard has a really nice message written on the back, handwritten, a personal message, and it was very kind of her, and I very much appreciate it. And so this is a piece of her art, and I put it in a frame already. Is that showing up, Chad? Right on. And you can turn these any kind of way, but this, and on the back of that particular piece of art, it says, "You're loved." The back of this particular piece says, "You have absolute power." Yes. I love this concept. I love this concept. I'm so glad she included me in it.
Power.
This one is, I really like this one. It's for the love of art, is what it says on the back. And these are handwritten, y'all. She did these individually. It's amazing. And this one I put in a little frame so
Very
it
cool.
stand up. And on the back of it, it says, "Good luck in life." It's a rainbow. So if y'all run across Crimson Rose, like
What
I
up,
said, I'm going to
BLT?
do a little bit of content with this stuff. But if you happen to run across Crimson Rose, please, please, please show her some love, y'all. That's just a really nice thing to do.
What up, Theory Radio?
It is her own art.
BLT?
Uh-oh, I'm crashing things. Her own art and her own efforts. And I really respect and admire that because she is doing that out of the kindness of her heart. And yes, she is actually sending images of her art. So normally you got to pay for that. So thank you, Crimson Rose. I really
I
appreciate
am
it.
excellent, Theoria. Sammy, stop it!
Sammy's doing her thing today. Boy. Sammy, we love you, but you just kind of, we just love that you're here, Sammy. We really, and the likes. Thank y'all. We've almost got us to 10,000 likes over here. Appreciate y'all. Y'all already did a bunch of shares. So thank y'all, man. Y'all are amazing. I really enjoy these shows, Chad. I do, man. You know what I mean? We were talking about this. What's up, BLT? Don't sleep on that dude. Check his spiders out, y'all. Check his spiders out. I'm telling you.
Get out here, Sammy. That's a lie. Don't sleep on BLT, y'all. I did, and I
Oh,
felt
man.
stupid afterwards.
BLT
Sammy,
is balling. So
you know that's a lie. What's up, Bob? I know.
We moved to this later time slot, and we're only doing one Gin project a week now. and I wasn't sure how that was going to feel, but I think it's good, man. I think it's working out. We've tried it now. Unfortunately, Chad won't be able to do his show this Thursday, most likely. He's got to go get checked out by the docs, and we 100%
By
support
Spurs.
that. And hopefully they'll poke and prod and do funny things to him and tell us everything's good to go. That's what we're looking for. So on Thursday, if you're not in a live somewhere, if you're in a live somewhere on Thursday, anywhere on Thursday, and you're in a live, just one time, drop some goats and tacos from a man Chad over here because we'll be thinking
That's
about him.
right.
So wherever you're at on Thursday, and you know this might be hard to remember because it's 2 days away, but if you happen to be in a live on Thursday, drop some goats and tacos just for our good friend Chad. Good night, Spurs. Nothing but love for Spurs.
Good
Spurs
night,
is tough as
Spurs.
nails, y'all. Over there in Australia, fighting off, you know, every creature over there. I think wants to unalive you. So, good night, Spurs. Get your rest. You're gonna need it. Thank you, Theory Radio. Appreciate y'all. So,
Getting goat tacos over here.
so y'all keep an eye out for Santiago too. It looks like he might be busy tonight and or got stuff going on. But we've got some of his art we're gonna show you guys. And I'm gonna leave that up to Chad at the moment. Hey, do you want to have a little conversation about batches and stuff like that? And then we'll come back
I think,
to
yeah,
come
yeah,
back
I
and
think we
just give him
should.
a just see. You know, I mean, he's got stuff going on. He may not be able to come in. He didn't know
Yeah,
anything
see.
about it, but we just want to give him some love.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the topic we were going to go over tonight is this works for painters too, and for guys like Chad and myself. And a recent thing came up that made me. It occurred to me that this might be a good topic for conversation. So here lately, what you've seen me working on the flow states is like these spoons and spatulas and you know all that kind of stuff. This crazy kind of stuff. You know the cherry spoons we've been working on, the maple spatulas and stirrers, and that kind of thing. And then we've also been working on some new. Like last night, I bent this piece with the wood bending iron. We're working on some new bent wood boxes now. So there and charcuterie boards would also fall into this category. You know, got a few. There's a hickory charcuterie board. There's a walnut charcuterie board. Uh, there's a cherry charcuterie board. The point of that is when you're making kitchen utensils, or you're making bent wood boxes, or you're making charcuterie boards, stuff like that in a woodworking shop requires you to set up equipment. So if I'm doing this bent wood box, for example, first I use the sander, a big belt sander, and I take it outside and I sit and take these blanks, which come from a company that builds guitars and mandolins and that kind of stuff. And these pieces might have a little flaw in it or something, so they can't use it for a guitar or mandolin or something. So I get it from them and turn it either into kitchen stuff or into bent wood boxes. You see a lampshade right on, right on. Yeah, they can be used for a variety of things. But so what you do, what these they come and they still have the saw marks and everything in them. So then there was a live the other day where I did this. You just take them and you literally sand them down until you can get thin enough where they're flexible. And then you take the wood bending iron, you spray some water on the piece of wood, and you start applying heat and pressure, and then it bends. So this is a piece of maple that used to look like the piece of cherry that I was just showing you. So there's another stage, right? One stage, you take a piece of equipment outside and you sand them all down to get them thin enough and smooth enough to be able to do the bending part. So that takes a few hours. So you do that in a block of time and you set it aside. And then you go work on your stool or a guitar or an antique or something like that. And then the next time you have an opportunity, you do the next step, which is I'm going to have to go and glue these together now. So those will need to be glued up, and I'll have the other 4 or 5 bent. You know, by the time I get those bent, then you glue all of them up, and they all have to sit for 24 hours. So then after that, you go and you make a bottom for them, right? And you draw around the inside and the outside because these aren't exact, they're all individual shapes. They're all individual, they are what they are. So you make a bottom for them, you set up a router now. And now each one that you made a bottom for, you set the router and you put a groove on it that's exactly the same thickness as this right here. And then the bottom will slide up in there. You glue it in. It's got to sit another 24 hours. So now you got a bottom and the sides and everything put together. Now you got to go through that same process and make a top. So doing these in batches makes sense because it's much more efficient. If you've already got the sander outside, then you might as well sand 5 or 6 of these or however many you have time to do. And then that allows, if I'm doing a live and I've only got an hour, then I bend one of these and set it aside. The next time I'm on a live, bend one and set them aside. And what ultimately ends up happening is it may take 3 or 4 months to finish that batch. But when that batch is done, it's done, and it's something I'm working on in between other stuff that you may or may not see. If these were made individually, if somebody just called me and said, "Hey, I would like you to make one bentwood box," well, that would take a bit of time out of each day for several days. They get expensive that way. They'd be 3 or 4 times more expensive if you had to do them that way, because essentially you'd have to bill for an entire shop day. So that's the reason that I make things in batches in my shop. One, it's efficient. I can take leftover pieces from other projects, save them up. When I have enough of them, I turn them into something. And whatever that thing is a one-off batch. And when they're done, they're done. And when they're sold, they're sold. And that's it. So, any rate, if there's any questions about that, please throw them in the chat. I know that was a long conversation. Chad, what do you think?
Well, one thing that you kind of, I don't know if you skipped it or brushed over it because I'm reading comments over here as well, is when you set up to build those things, whatever it may be, those machines that you're using have to be calibrated. And they have to be set up so specific that you set it up to cut the piece, the one piece, for each actual like box or
You
tool
reset
or
it up.
whatever
You
you're
reset it.
making.
Yes. You reset.
Yes,
Yeah.
so once you calibrate that and you have it all set up, you can run a lot of those pieces and it's easier. But if you're calibrating a machine and sometimes changing out like the blade that you're using, specifically like the finger joints you were talking about,
Yeah. From
you've
a
got to
dado
change
blade to
out.
a regular blade.
Yeah, and then when you put that regular blade in, you've got to calibrate it. Now, if you want to go back and do another one of these finger boxes, he's got to take out that blade and put in the other specialty blade and recalibrate the whole situation just for that one piece.
Run
And
some
then
scrap pieces
switch
of
it back to
wood.
work on everything else. And a
Right.
lot of tools that we use are like that they have to be, set up for that. So that's another like very, very time consuming situation over there. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, Chad. That's a
that,
good point, man. Thank you
there's
for
my
that.
input on it.
Thank you for that. Yeah, man, absolutely. If I missed any questions in the comments, please
Hi, Drug
drop them in
Diva.
there again. I'm gonna hit Abstra. I see one here. Abstra, this paddle, and that's a big crawfish paddle on the bottom. The top is a canoe paddle, and those are made by one of my closest friends down in Louisiana. Hunter Blackburn is his name. He's not on the TikToks, but while he's out fishing, he picked up some pieces of cypress and decided he wanted to make me a paddle and a crawfish paddle. So that's what those are. Those were gifts from a good friend. Yeah, one's a canoe paddle and one's a crawfish boil paddle. So
God, that
yeah,
sounds
and
good.
I noticed that a friend of ours, the real Goopy Goop. Hey, John Larson, good to see you, man. Hope you got a little bit of
Goop.
rest. Um, Goopy Goop made me think of this too. The other day, he was working on a series, and he had a bunch of small little canvases, and he was doing a series. And it occurs to me that even for painters, there might be occasions where it makes sense to do things in batches. What do you think, Chad? Is there occasions if you were doing a series of stuff and you've got certain paints out or I mean, does it work that way or is it not that way?
Yes, for some folks it does. I haven't necessarily done a series like that, but I've seen a lot of people who have. I also have a friend who works for a major comic company, and he does a lot of his in batches that same way because of those. So yeah, it
Right on.
across the
Hey,
board.
did you see Larson's picture of your girlfriend? John Larson did a wood burning of your girlfriend, bro, and it looks dope.
I heard she's supposed to be seeing it pretty soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
John's gonna be meeting her soon.
Yeah,
He's gonna be riding around in the limo with her, drinking champagne, and
John, stay away
yeah,
from my girl.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure they have a date too, Chad. I'm pretty sure John Larson
I'll
and
unalive
Jennifer
all of you. Don't even mess.
and Jennifer Hudson are about to go on a date.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
believe I
no,
saw her on
no. I
John's
don't believe
show
it.
in the background the other night. We're gonna have to
I don't
talk to
know.
Eric, the
I don't
airbrush
know.
artist. I'm not sure exactly what's going on,
Yeah, Eric, we're gonna
but
have to
it sure looks like John
Lionscape.
Larson might be moving in on your territory there, Chad.
Stay away from my girl, dude. Stay away from my girl. Yeah,
I don't
Mindscape.
know, man. John works hard. He works like 4 jobs. He does a lot of burnings. He's a good dude. You
That's
know
all
what I
right,
mean?
John. Well, you're
You
gone
know
at
what
all
I
those
mean?
jobs. I'll take care of everything.
Oh man, good stuff. Rebecca, thanks for
Yeah,
stopping
Mindscape.
through.
That's my
Good to see
girlfriend,
you.
Jennifer Hudson. Long
John's
story.
gonna take her fishing. You know he's got his own line of fishing T-shirts and that kind of stuff. He's gonna take her fishing.
Well, you go ahead and do that, John.
Hey man, so what do you say we do the Santiago thing,
Sure.
and then we're gonna bring our good friend Painting at Tiffany's on here pretty soon.
Sounds good to me, dude.
What do you think about that?
Yeah,
We'll do
I'm
it. We
into
could
it.
do it again next week if if you
I'll do it over and over and over again. All
yeah
right, guys, are you ready for
we can rinse
this?
and repeat.
John Larson, jeez. You got
John
me talking about
Larson,
John.
he
John
got
Larson!
you. John's in his head now.
Stay out of it, John. Okay. Our great friend Santiago Art sent Dan and I some packages the other day. Yeah, see that right there? Okay. And are you guys ready? Are you sure that you're ready? Rick the Muse, welcome in. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Check that
Look
out.
at that. What y'all know about that? What you know about that?
So this is from my brother Santiago. We appreciate
Right?
you, brother. Amazing. No idea why he decided to do us,
Right.
but I think
Yeah.
it's really dope. Thanks,
I
man.
thought it was pretty
First
excellent, man.
first time anybody's ever wood burned me, dude. That's pretty crazy. And
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Chad, I know you're used to it being a rock star and all, but it is a pretty wild feeling having, you get something in the mail and
It
you open it up and it's a
is.
picture of you.
I know.
And that actually is from the
Right,
time
guys?
when I was at SA's event, because that's the only time I wore that
Yeah.
hat. So this actually was during the SA Artistry's event that this picture was.
Nice.
Did y'all notice the skull in the back of Chad's?
Yeah.
Look at the work on that beard.
He asked me the question, skulls in the background, and I said, always skulls.
So there we go, y'all. Santiago
Thanks,
40.
Diva.
Follow him if
I
you're
was pretty
not.
happy about that.
Pretty soon, that might be our only
Santiago.
wood burning friend because John Larson just stole Chad Rev Art's girlfriend.
We still got Burnt Diva, and we still got, I think, Sammy B does. I'm like, John, you're replaceable, buddy.
John done took his girlfriend, y'all.
John,
Woo! Man, John
back
making
up,
heavy
John.
moves over there. Eric, the airbrush artist. I thought you had things under better control than that, my
Jewel
friend.
poetry. Give me the rotten eggs. Jewel, get out of here.
When Tyrion said, "No, he isn't." so, so hey, I'm just gonna start talking about her just a little bit because we're gonna bring her on in just a few minutes, and she's still lurking in the chat, probably wondering what's going on, and I was, are they gonna do it, or are we gonna do this, or what? So, you know anybody named Painting at Tiffany's, dude?
Never heard of her.
You ever heard of Painting at Tiffany's? Well, let me tell you.
Tell me a little story
She
about her, if you would.
she's this person that I met when I first like decided that TikTok was garbage and I wasn't gonna stay. and she
Garbage.
and she convinced me that I was wrong and that there were good people on here and the artist community was amazing. And she introduced me to Chad, and Chad and I became friends. Adjust my camera to show my upper body. Okay, there you go. There's my upper body.
I'm
so
sorry, Ada.
so painting at Tiffany's. We're gonna talk about you for a little minute. So why don't you go ahead and go live? And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait until you come back and join us before we start talking about you. That way you get to hear us talking about you. And while we're doing that, Enigma, good to see you. Thank you, Enigma, BLT, my brother. While we're doing that, painting at Tiffany's, while she is going to get her live ready, Chad Rev Art is going to put on a show. No, I'm teasing.
Okay, guys, are you ready?
so,
Thanks,
uh,
Keithy.
so my experience is that I met painting at Tiffany's, and
Juggling air.
I was kind of frustrated because what I saw on TikTok was frustrating. And she's like, "No, but check out this artist community over here. There's good people." Uh, is she already there? Man,
She's live.
she,
I just got the
she is
note.
something else, dude.
That's why she runs our show.
Yeah,
Zuh.
like what do we get? Like what do we do now?
I know. I
Tiffany's.
was juggling air, Johnny. They told me to juggle, so I juggled air.
He was juggling air. I can juggle. We need to juggle. We got to juggle for somebody.
You said I
We
was
can
going to
do that.
entertain them, and so I started juggling. They asked, Johnny Ray Art asked me to juggle, so I was like, sure, here, juggle in air.
So we sent out the invite there to painting at Tiffany's. If I sent it correctly, she'll be able to join us. I don't know how I could send it incorrectly.
You probably messed it up again. You probably just messed it
I
all up.
probably did. Let's see here.
Did,
I
you hit the
said,
host
"What
button, right?
about
Yeah, yeah.
painting at Tiffany's?" She said, "I think I remember." Ah, she must be getting her act together over there. She
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
thank you, Jen.
She told us thanks, but no tanks.
She's like, get out of here again.
She
Get out
may
of
be
here.
trying to populate her page. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Hey,
Hey,
guys, listen,
Johnny
follow
Ray!
each other. Go follow each other. Hit that box up there and follow each other. Ton of good
Enigma
artists in
finished
here.
the lyrics. Enigma finished the lyrics.
Of course she
You have to
did.
sing
What's
it
up,
with feeling,
Enigma?
again. I heard that there. We're gonna leave that to you, Sam. We're gonna
What
leave that to you,
about?
my man.
Do 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 do.
Uh-oh. Did they? She is an
What's up,
outlaw.
Rocky Robertson?
She possibly has already been banned before we
She
even
could
got
have.
her on the show.
She's
It's
a
very
TikTok
real
outlaw.
possibility.
What it do, Rocky Robertson?
Uh-oh. There's a message.
Uh-oh.
Hey, there
You're
we go.
fired.
I'll send her another one.
The message is you're fired. Cool, Rocky.
it
You
won't
too.
it
Just
won't let
chilling.
her send an invite. So we're trying to. My screen just went black. So if y'all are still there,
We can see you, and then you froze. That would be her coming in, I bet, guys. I bet he's freezing up because it's got about to split. Maybe. I don't know. He screwed it up, guys. Look. He is the Gin, and he ruined the Gin Project show single-handedly. Maybe. That's right, Goopity. Oh, wait.
can you hear
Wait,
me?
there's
Can you
more.
see
I
me?
can. I can see you. I can hear you.
Is there
You
any
want
way
me
you could
to,
send an invite to Tiffany?
yeah, watch this.
It's not
Give me
letting
just a
me. It
second
keeps
here.
freezing up when I try to. I
There we
just sent
go.
her one and it said couldn't invite her.
Pretty sure let me invite her. I don't know if she'll take it. We'll see.
Right on.
She's gonna be like, hey guys, I'm done with this show. Like, don't mess. Unable to
Oh,
connect to the
this is
host. Ah,
yeah.
let's try that
I
again.
don't know.
I'm
Maybe
trying,
it's
guys.
something in
I'm
the
trying.
settings. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the show
Let's see here.
because we might have
Diabla.
to.
Oh, go ahead. I was just getting asked questions here. Diabla, who's stealing whose girlfriend? John Larson is trying his best to steal my girlfriend Jennifer Hudson, and it breaks my heart that he would even do that to me, John Larson.
So it
Why
keep
would you do this to
it,
me?
it
We did break it, Diablo.
Johnny, we have her on a back channel too, but it's saying on my end that she's declining the invitation. When I send the invitation, it automatically says she declined it. So it must
Mine's
be a
counting
settings thing.
down. Yeah, mine's counting down, and then it says that could not connect to that host or
Th-
whatever. I'm waiting for it to happen right
Thanks,
now.
Johnny. Y'all go see if you can find painting at Tiffany's and come back and tell us what we need to do here.
Unable to connect at host at this time. Enigma, what up?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we got nothing but time, guys. We'll go all night until we get her here. What we might end up having to do is kick Chad out. Chad will come back, jump in as a guest, and then we'll have to bring her in as a guest. But we'll get it done. She's going to reset. She'll be back. Okay, Haley, thank you so much. She's rebooting. All right, cool. Well, we got Chad singing over
Thank you.
here. Hey, Darla, how's it going? So,
Chad shows.
let me tell you a little about Tiffany while she's
I'm gonna let
doing
him
that, because
talk,
she's
but
going
I'll
to come
show
in.
you while he's talking.
What you got,
Go
bro?
ahead, buddy.
No, do your
I
thing,
got
man.
asked to
Do
show
your
this.
thing. Do it. Tell them what's up. There's painting.
What's up?
We're gonna accept
All right.
that while you're doing your thing.
Okay, cool.
Hello,
I
hello.
hear her
I'll show
laughing.
her off. Yeah, she's coming in. Here, she's on her way
I
in.
can't
Give me a
see her.
second.
I hear
It's happening, y'all. It's happening.
her.
Thank you, Diablo.
We partially have painting at Tiffany's. We can hear her, but she can't show us a damn thing.
Apparently
Again
not.
said,
It
what
wouldn't let
about
me send you an invite before.
partials at
Oh,
Tiffany's?
she's gone now. Oh boy. Oh
Thank
boy.
you.
We're
I'll
not
show
gonna
you
give
better
up
when we're
though.
not trying to get her in there.
We're
Thank you,
bringing painting at.
BLT. Man, your spiders are
Hey,
creepy. I
she
love
sent
them.
us an invitation. Maybe that'll work.
Hey,
Uh
look at
oh.
that.
Chad Rev Art just got booted. He's no longer here, Tiffany. No.
How's it
So
going? Do I
listen,
sound
folks.
okay? I've got
You sound
ready.
wonderful.
Okay.
You sound wonderful. How we doing?
Pretty good.
So I didn't do your
Told you
intro
guys in a
yet.
minute, but... Oh.
So we were gonna wait for you to be here so you could throw in any corrections. And usually you're behind the scenes fixing my mistakes. So we figured you could be here and fix the mistakes that I make on your interview. How about that?
I think you'll do fine. Thank you.
Anybody that's in here knows that you can migrate between these three lives, and whenever you would like to, you can go over to. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You can go over to Tiffany's live,
Please
and
do.
she would be in the bigger box if you did that, and you'd be able to see more of her and her art. So
Yep.
there you go. She looks great with a cowboy hat on too.
No, awesome.
Thank you.
So, so just this is gonna probably take a few minutes, Tiffany. So hang on, just bear with us. We don't have a Chad Rev
Relax,
Art show. We don't. Not only do we not have one after this show anymore, we don't have one on Thursday. So we could talk about you until next Tuesday, really, if you know.
Yeah.
Please don't. Not for that long.
Yeah.
So, Tiffany here. The first part is the personal part for me. Tiffany is someone that I met on this platform pretty early on in my journey, and she convinced me that this was a viable platform for what I was trying to do. And then she introduced me to this guy up here and a few other people, and it's all kind of history from there. Because what happened was I
Great
met
job,
Chad,
Tiffany. Great
and
job.
Chad
Look what you've
asked me
done
to be
to
the
us.
co-host on his show, and some crazy reason I said okay. And then after that, we've got a Gen Project show, and now I'm interviewing people, and now that's being picked up by Ethereal Radio and others.
I
So
know.
thanks a lot, Tiffany. Really appreciate it.
I'm happy to
So,
help. Happy to make the connections.
and she has been behind the scenes the entire time, helping put the shows together, monitoring the chat, giving us an advice on how to navigate, helping us do the whole damn thing. She's been a part of every part of the process. So um, that brings me to talking more specifically about her. And Tiffany, I think another reason that we love her so much is she's been through a lot. And she came out the other side of that crucible as this kind, caring, compassionate human being who also happens to create some of the most amazing art you will ever see. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing. So, and I believe that the story that I'm about to tell you, the best that I can, will inform you in part about why her art is so damn good. And it's because, like I said, Tiffany's been through it in her life, and she has
What
made
up,
a
MK?
somehow a decision to be a nice person and not a bitter, pissed off person. So, first of all, right out of the gates, that's amazing. But something we have in common is we were both born to young mothers who were effectively single, given the father situation at the time. And Tiffany's mom had Tiffany before her 20th birthday. Um, and she goes on to prove herself to be a strong, independent, hardworking woman that took care of her daughter and did everything she possibly could to keep her daughter comfortable.
Yes.
So Tiffany's mom is very important to her. We need to remember that and respect that. So, uh, her mom and her father were initially only married for about a year. Didn't work out. There were mental health issues involved and other things. She can speak about that if she'd like. There's also that thing that happens to some people. Chad can relate to this, where there's some differences of religious beliefs within a family that can really break things up, and she's had to deal with some of that. Um, but however, she's always liked making art, even as a child. And ironically, her aunt Maggie, who was on her father's side of the family, taught Tiffany to paint. And she's actually the only contact she has on that side of the family is Aunt Maggie. And at about 6 years old, Tiffany started painting and doing art and writing poems. Yes, she is also a poet. Bet y'all didn't know that shit.
It's been a while. I think I've written since high school.
So then she starts taking art classes in middle school. And she runs into one of these art teachers that I keep hearing about. And I've heard some amazing stories about art teachers, but I've also I used to teach. For those of y'all that don't know, my background's in special ed, psychology, training programs for individuals with disabilities. So I work with a lot of teachers. I did a lot of teaching myself, and this kind of teacher disgusts me. Um, her art teacher told her that her art wasn't good and that she should think about doing other things. And we've come to the conclusion, based on the conversation that we had, that that art teacher was probably jealous of her student. And was probably embarrassed that her student was a better artist in elementary school or middle school, I'm sorry, than she was. So if you're out there, Mrs. You Know Who You Are, look where she's at
I didn't
now.
even remember her name. Like, that's
And kiss every bit of her ass while you're at it.
that is exactly it.
So, unfortunately, Tiffany, at a young age, listened to this art teacher and stopped doing art and did not do art again until she was like 28 years old. So, when Tiffany was 13, around about this same time frame, give or take, um, her mom got married. And Tiffany moved out a few years later. It was not a good match, her and her stepfather. So Tiffany was on her own at 16. Now, we're going to fast forward a little bit. In the summer of 2004, she found out that she was going to have a baby. And she did. She did have a baby. So again, she put her own aspirations on hold. She became a mom. This amazing man came along later. The original fellow didn't turn out to be such a great fellow. But this guy that she had known for a bit and always been friends with for quite some time, named Tucker, comes into the scene again in a different kind of way. And the next thing you know, she's married and and she's living in Tacoma, Washington. She's got a 4-year old and a newborn, and her husband has been deployed to Iraq. So, here's where we tell you about the other stuff, right? So she's on her own. She's in a place she's not familiar with. She's got 2 children, and she's going through some things that I'm about to tell you about. Um, if that's still cool with you, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell me to change anything or to tell me to shut up or to compare me to your art teacher, whatever you want to do.
No, you're fine.
All right.
No worries. A little bit of a
So-
minor trigger warning for like mental health stuff, but other than that,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. We're going to talk about health and we're going to talk about mental
Tiffany?
health a little bit here.
Tiffany, you are a little bit quiet when you speak. Just a bit.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. That
She's
might be
always
the-
a little.
It might be
quiet
the
when she
earbud. Is
speaks.
that? or
I'm
am I
not
too
sure.
far away? If we come, if I talk
Too
louder,
far
is that better?
away from me.
There you
That's
go.
better. That's
Okay,
better.
I'll just raise my voice when I talk.
Speak. Get that bass.
Do it.
So, I skipped over the 3 months she spent in Kentucky, blah, blah, blah. She's now in Tacoma. She's got a 4-year-old and a newborn. Her husband has been deployed. By the way, that was a quick deployment. They got married and a week later or something like that. Is that accurate? Am I
Yeah, he
remembering
got the call
correctly?
to
He was
go because he was going reserves to active duty, so he got the call to go to MEPS on the night we got married. Actually,
he got the call
And then
to
he
go
was
to
gone
MEPS.
2 weeks later, and then deployed a month and a half after that. Yep.
Okay. Now,
For his second
her
deployment. That was his
husband
second.
her husband is risking his life on his second deployment because all of us that have ever been in the military realize that the risk goes up. That's the way we see it anyway. So here's this new mom. She's got a 4-year-old. She's got a 1-year-old. She really doesn't know anybody around. Doesn't have any support to speak of, and she has postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It's called POTS. And the treatment for it led to a severe increase in depression and anxiety in her. This is literally her body fighting against her because she had a baby. If I'm understanding this, I'm oversimplifying
Pretty
that,
much one of the
but
causes. POTS is a
but
it's dysautonomia. The autonomic functions don't work properly. Yeah.
so
So my body
so
works
she's got
against itself all the time.
so she's got that going on, which causes her to faint and to have issues like that, which is not good when you got a 4 year old and a newborn and you fall out. That could be a problem. So, like I said, she's been through it. At the same time, um, I don't think they figured this out till a little while later, unfortunately. But um,
I got sick and didn't get diagnosed till later. Sorry.
so she also had premenstrual dysphoric disorder, PMDD. Which could you explain a little bit about that?
um, it is. People joke about PMS being, women having different personalities and whatever, but in my case, it's to the extreme that I am almost like a totally different person depending on where I am in the natural cycle. And for
Gotcha.
a very long, I was actually misdiagnosed as bipolar, and that's how um, similar some of the symptoms are. But the treatment is obviously very different. So none of the treatments that they were trying worked. So diagnosis was delayed. Um, yeah, that's it's basically
Right.
PMS times a million, and it's actually debilitating.
So,
I have folks saying they can't hear you still, Tiffany.
Okay,
I
I'm
also
gonna
would like
undo
to.
my earbud and see if
Okay,
that's better.
sure. I would like to remind everybody that these are three
I
separate
say,
lives, and you can travel through the three of them, and they have three separate chats that everybody else can, read their own. So, just a
SA
reminder.
said she has that too, Tiffany. Can
All
you
right,
believe that?
does that sound better?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Is that better
yes,
without my? Okay.
Yes.
yes, yes, yes,
Um.
yes.
So,
SA said she has that too. But can you tell us a little, or is
do you want me
it
to
is
go back over it real quick?
yeah, just yeah, both of them in case they weren't able to hear. That's all I mean.
Okay.
Like the
So
post
the
orthostatic tachycardia syndrome
physical
and the
condition that I have is the postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which causes low blood pressure, high heart rate, and fainting episodes. There's a lot of other stuff that goes along with it, like fatigue and brain fog, and it can be very debilitating if you don't know what's causing it. And then the PMDD is um, very, very extreme, and the moods are very unstable. And I was misdiagnosed as bipolar to begin with. And then we tried the bipolar meds, which never worked because I wasn't bipolar. And we have since figured out how to treat and whatever. And I've figured out what caused me to faint, like food, a lot of foods and stuff, and certain stresses and whatever were triggers for me. But I've gotten, for the most part, gotten the POTS under control, and the PMDD is much better. But I'm too young for any. I'm too young and too old for all this stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So, so
So
like I was saying, Tiffany here has been through a lot in her life from for a lot of years. It wasn't just a short struggle. It is the long struggle, and that to me, folks, is when you meet her, when you talk to her, when you come across Tiffany. Um, she's so kind and so welcoming and so thoughtful, and so compassionate. And I find it absolutely incredible that she's like in similar similar situation as Chad, who's been through so much, that has come out the other side as good people, as caring, compassionate, thoughtful people. And I know people that have been through things and it's just turned them bitter and pissed off, and they think everybody else in the world should have to go through terrible things because they did.
yes.
And I think the thing about the three of us is that we don't feel like you should have to go through struggles just because we did.
Hmm.
We would prefer for you not to have to go through struggles.
Yeah.
So if we didn't enjoy it, you probably won't enjoy it. So we don't want you to have to go through
Yeah.
it.
I
That
don't wish
applies
Um,
that shit on
to so many
anybody.
things. I'm
Eric.
raising children differently than I was raised. I interact with people different than You learn what you will and will not do, and what you will and will not put up with from other people, and apply
Right?
that in the best way possible.
Absolutely. So,
Gee.
me personally, Tiffany, I admire you. I look up to you. You're an inspiration to me. You really are. You have a way about you that is not artificial. It is 100% genuine. Speaking of genuine, there's our buddy Eric, the airbrush artist. We were talking quite a bit about you earlier, man. Hope your
Hanging out
ears were
over here
burning.
for him.
Yeah, I hope your ears were burning, man, because you are in some
Bounce around.
trouble.
Make sure to bounce around.
We're talking to Tiffany right now, but our understanding, Eric, is that our good friend John Larson is now hanging out with Jennifer Hudson in your limousine, drinking champagne, and they're going on a date.
Chat.
Yeah, I'm explaining.
Chat.
I'm explaining. Jennifer Hudson is now apparently riding around with you, and John Larson, since he did a wood burning of her, is now riding around in your limo with Champagne and Jennifer Hudson, and they're going on a date, is my understanding. But
Eric,
now we're gonna
you
get.
had one mission, Eric. One
Hey,
mission, Eric.
you're okay, Chad. He says Chad got dibs. So apparently you're still in the game, buddy.
There you
You
go.
better go put your
Dibs on other
deodorant on right
human
now.
beings. Nothing like it.
Go put your goat deodorant on right now.
My deodorant.
Your deodorant. So now that we've lightened up the mood and we've come through the darkness in Tiffany's life, I'd like to tell you that no, she won't do your damn commission. No, I'm teasing. She actually asked me not to do that.
I feel you, girl.
I'm kidding. But here's the thing. We're going to show some of her art. We're going to talk to her. We're going to give her the opportunity to talk as much as she would like to, which is not much. So we're going to have to kind of coax it out of her. Um, but I would also like to say that she set up a studio right before COVID. And, after all that she's been through, her dream is coming true. She's got her studio. And it was literally the couple months during the time that COVID started. So you can imagine how that went. She managed to hold on for a year, two, whatever it was.
I signed
Managed
a
to
lease
hold on.
before COVID lockdown started. But we didn't know the extreme.
Right, right. So she had her dream. She overcame all the things we talked about. She's finally opened her place, and within days, COVID hits. And she hung on as long as she could. She wasn't able. Ultimately, there was none of us. That situation
Yeah.
just wasn't going to work. It wasn't tenable.
A lot of loss.
So that also obviously made her depressed and gave her anxiety and caused her stressed and made her feel less than and made her feel like she wasn't capable. And as we all know, sometimes things out of our hands happened. And I would definitely say a global pandemic is not Tiffany's fault, y'all.
I don't know why you
Right?
didn't just handle that, Tiffany. I mean, I'm really disappointed you didn't do
she
better during all that.
she does handle all the bullshit
I
on
can
both
do
of
a
our
lot.
shows. Hey, Flash Gordon, good to see you, man. She does handle all the nonsense on our shows, but I'm not sure she can personally single-handedly stop a pandemic. So,
So, see, guys, I'm not quite as bad. She handles me. I'm not quite as bad.
so, so Tiffany opened her studio. Pandemic hits, and we all know how ultimately that ended, and it was not good for her personally, mentally. It wouldn't have been for me. Um, and fast forward, she is now sitting before you, um, in the process of painting again.
Mhm.
She is setting up an in-home studio again, and I have actually caught her. I have seen her doing art on a live
A few times
on
now.
her show without any warnings or restrictions or banners across there saying police line or
He's a TikTok outlaw.
she
You
is the
caught me on
outlawiest. And here's the funny thing, y'all. little sweet innocent Tiffany was the outlawest outlaw for Ezra. Poor Ezra. That dude had to like, I'm pretty sure he had to tackle someone in a parking lot and like use their phone or something to get everything situated for her.
She made him earn it. She
Yeah.
made Ezra earn it, y'all. No joke.
You would think that Chad or I would be the difficult one. No, little innocent Tiffany over here is the outlaw among us, y'all. Y'all didn't know that shit either.
Chad's the crazy one.
Yeah, Chad's all wild, and Gin, he's the devil. But that one over there,
Watch out.
she's actual
though. Like you keep me around, so
bona fide. We scared of you. I'm scared of my wife, essay artistries, and painting at Tiffany's. That's it,
guys. I'm gonna blink twice if Gen and I need help. Okay.
I'm still getting over the crud from last weekend. I apologize.
Glad you're getting better.
I don't think she saw you.
Welcome in, dude.
So what?
No, everything's cool.
It's all good. It's all good. No worries. Nothing to see here. We got it under control.
It's because I'm still processing the stuff.
Right on.
Or trying to. Sorry about that.
Pearl.
So another thing Tiffany used to do is kind of like a public service because she's a really sweet person. And I say that she did it as a public service because I know how much she charged, and that would just basically cover her cost a lot of the time. So one thing that she used to do is she used to go set up places. Now I understand why it might be drinking establishments or places like that because her outlaw ways. But but she used to go set up and she would teach people how to paint. Amazing. She'd go set up and try to get people involved in painting. So that also came to a halt during COVID, as you can imagine. So before us, we have an artist who was told by a middle school teacher that she wasn't good and shouldn't pursue it and blah, blah, blah. And poor Tiffany, having the life that she had, didn't have anybody telling her different. She believed it. And for the next years, from the time she was about 12 or 13 until she was 28, so 15 or 16 years, she didn't art. So you can imagine what was built up inside of her. And today we're going to get to see just a little bit of that. Now, I would like to remind you, and I would like to tell you all that there's her favorite paintings we aren't going to be able to see today. And the reason we're not going to be able to see them today is because they're sold.
Yep.
Because Tiffany is an actual badass artist. And it blows my mind that she's been on this platform for so long and roamed around so many people, and many of them have no idea of her story. Many of them have no idea. That's how humble she is. That's how sweet she is. So if we could, folks, we're about to turn things over to her, let her talk. If we would do this in all three chats, I would really appreciate it. Please stop dropping some hearts and some love. Show her some love. Somebody please get a screenshot of one of our chats full of hearts for Tiffany, because we love some Tiffany, and then we're gonna let you talk to her.
Yep.
But y'all gonna have to drop some hearts.
What do you want me to talk about? I need you to.
I'm gonna get you there. We're gonna get you there. Don't you worry.
Me on my own. It's a bad idea.
Don't you worry at all. Y'all just load up the hearts for her. And you see why? I wanted y'all to put hearts in the chat? She just showed you why we wanted hearts in the chat. Is that Can Do? You're supposed to be working. Can Do. You're supposed to be at work. So Tiffany, I'm going to start off with one of your quotes. And I usually finish with somebody's quote. I'm going to start off with somebody else's quote, and then I'm going to give your quote. And let's start there. I think that's just a pretty an amazing place to start. So A quote when I was talking to Tiffany that she gave me that inspired her, and I don't know who said it, but thank y'all for the hearts. Y'all are amazing. Somebody please get a screenshot of the chat with the hearts in it. Please, someone. I'm afraid my live will freeze up if I do it. Please, somebody get a screenshot of that. We're going to use it later. Um, the first quote that she gave me was that paint is only wasted when it stays in the tube. I don't have a clue who that came from, but when she said that, I wrote it down, and that's pretty amazing thought. Um, and we're going to revisit that. And the other quote that she gave me that is her personal quote, that I really like, and I think I'm gonna live this. Is you're not allowed to say something about yourself that you wouldn't say to the person next to you. So, um, what she's talking about is she used to tell that to her students and people that were trying to learn to paint, people that were trying to figure things out. Her philosophy was, you can't say something negative about yourself that you wouldn't say about somebody else, because sometimes what we don't do is think about ourselves in some of these situations. So that's where we're going to start out, where Tiffany has spent all of her time helping other people and being there for other people. And now what we're hoping to do is, now that Tiffany has started painting again, we want to be there for her. And I'll tell you in front of all of these folks that I'm going to be there. You go back and you look in every post that I've made, and they have painting at Tiffany's hashtag in it. You can go check my homework.
Mm-hmm.
So please, she's about to give you some information, and I'd like you to act on it, folks. So you're not allowed to say something about yourself that you wouldn't say to the person next to you. Why do you feel that way, Tiffany?
Because we are so hard, especially as adults, we are so hard on ourselves. We are our own worst critics, whether it's something we've done or our appearance or whatever. We're always kind of down on ourselves. And so especially when I was teaching paint parties, and I remind myself while I'm painting that it's okay, we're still learning. Even if you've been painting for years, you're still learning stuff and advancing. Um, and negative self-talk is not going to get you where you want to go. So if you sit there and go, I can't draw and I can't do this and I can't do that, it's the correction is you haven't dedicated the time to that. You haven't, because talent is the pursuit of interest. So once you've dedicated your time to something, then you become talented because of the knowledge you've gained.
Right on.
It's not always just born into people. I think anybody.
And one of the things that I really like about that, Tiffany, is it acknowledges that people are at different levels. Some people are entry level. Some people will never be good artists. I'll never be a good artist in some respects.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? That's fine. There are other things that I am good at, right? So that's the other thing that I dig about your style, is that it allows for people of all different levels to be engaged and to be respected and to be appreciated. And especially, like, thank you, SA. I was about to say your name. You look at somebody's art like SA Artistries or Painting at Tiffany's that is like this crazy level of good. And then you look at someone like me who can barely draw a stick figure. Um, Painting at Tiffany's and SA Artistries would both say that stick figure was art, if that's the best that I can do.
Yeah.
For me, it would be art. So that's one thing that I'll be honest with you guys. She has helped me with. She might be over there, but on my screen she's over there. But she has helped me with that, because my conversation with her was, why should I have a show? Who the hell is going to care? Right? And she was like, no, you don't understand. We all in the same boat. So, um, Tiffany, the other thing that is striking is that you have friends from all walks. I mean, there are people that are fishermen and artists and musicians, and I don't know. There's people that like climb trees, and
All kinds
there's
of stuff.
people
Yes,
that
that's
build
actually.
houses.
Hmm.
Richard was in here building houses.
Hmm.
Um,
Which is
so
another
that's
form of talent and artistry. It's just more along the lines of functional art, but it's still
right.
tangible.
Look, there's Richard right there. Construction, absolutely. It's a form of artistry. And I've seen some of
It
your
comes
work,
from
sir. I've
yes.
seen some of his work. It is definitely art.
Hmm.
So that is something that I also admire about Tiffany here is that she has people from all walks of life, just like Chad does, and hopefully I do too. But if I do, it has a lot to do with Tiffany building the template that we use to make that happen. Thank you, Flash Gordon. Man, I'm always just glad to see it. Thank you, bro. You don't have to do that. And Flash Gordon here, folks. Make sure you follow him. He is heading up, or he is part of a team of people with Petra, actually, that are doing some work to try to help with autism and some other special needs areas like that. So, especially given this conversation that we're having today, give Flash Gordon a follow, give Petra a follow. Make sure you support them in their efforts. They've got more coming. They got a website coming out in a couple
I'm really
months.
excited about that. Yeah.
Bunch, yeah, some good stuff. So,
Mhm.
one of their original board members lost her father and has had to step back. And for those of you know who that is, go to her spot, drop a little love on her. She could use it.
Yeah.
That's our dear friend Whitney. So anybody out there that knows Whitney, please go by her page, find a piece of her one of her posts, and put something nice there, whatever that may be.
She's yeah.
Please,
It's a
please
difficult
do
one
that.
for sure. Yes. Thank you
Please
all.
do that. I'm going to tell y'all this. I lost my father last year. I've mentioned that before, and it is tough. It's a tough thing. I've still got the lumber over there that I'm supposed to use to make his final urn, and I haven't been able to bring myself to do it yet. So, anyway, please, y'all, if you would, please go over to Whitney's page. It's Whitney, and drop a little love on her. All right, back to that kind of thing is how I met Tiffany. So we're gonna tell you this too. Another thing that this outlaw has been doing for several weeks now is we have another good friend named Nightmare, and Nightmare has been going through cancer treatments. And we got some good news last week, unless things have changed. I think Tiffany will correct
Now,
me if they've changed.
so,
Could you tell us a little bit about that, please?
she's been through several rounds of chemo treatment. They've got a very aggressive schedule planned for the next year, ultimately. But at her checkup last week, it was no longer, you could no longer feel the area. So it has shrunk to the point that you can't feel it from with your fingers or whatever. So they did some more, I believe tomorrow she's got some MRIs and stuff. So we should know for sure more details then. And then chemo days have switched to Thursdays. But we're not going to be on TikTok every time, and we might just do for part of it.
Okay,
She
so
does get paid
hopefully
by
what's going to happen there, y'all, hopefully, is that when they know that they're going to have one or whatever, they'll let us know, and we'll let y'all know as much as we possibly can on our flow states and on our show. And when Chad has his Thursday show, we always make an announcement. So, yeah, there's another person. Her name is Nightmare, and somebody could drop her. Would somebody also please drop Whitney's at in the chat? Drop Nightmares in the chat, in all three chats, if y'all don't mind. Please do that. Whitney's Whitney, and then Nightmare, and that way people that aren't aware could follow them. Just go by their page and drop a couple hearts on one of their posts. That's all we're asking you to do. Just let her know that this community cares about her.
yes, for sure.
So, um, so that's another thing that painting at Tiffany's is doing. She's been running a live once a week from a chemo play. Well, she's been at her house. Tiffany's
I'm
been
at
at her
mine,
house,
but
but
she's
she
been
has been doing the live with Nightmare from the chemo treatment facility. So
I don't want
it's
her to be,
probably appreciate.
and I want her to know I don't want her to be alone, and I don't want her to or I want her to know how many people support her and love her and care about her. And that she's got this
Right
and we're
on.
she's doing an amazing job. She's so strong.
I
Thank
see
you for
y'all in
the
the chat.
thank you for the
Thank
tack.
y'all in the chat.
My friend MCA
Taylor,
says hello from France.
hey, what's going on? And Taylor Jakeway, hello, fellow artists here. Just stumbled across you guys. Look, you found the right place, Taylor. Go up in the corner. I'm going to follow you right now. Go up
I
in the
will
corner. You can
uh,
rotate between these three lives, and if you'll go over and go up in the box in the corner, I promise you, artists will follow you back. There's some amazing people in this chat right now. You have stumbled into the right place. If you are still here, you're in the right place. What do we got? Lake Erie, been seeing it and sending her love constant. She needs your peeps. Right on. Lake Erie, been seeing it and sending her love constant. She needs your peeps. Right on. As she said, might have glossed over it a little bit, but she's going through a really aggressive treatment. This ain't the laid back version. This is the heavy stuff.
several
So
treats.
so go tell her she's beautiful. Go
Yeah,
tell her
and she
go tell her
is.
she's doing fantastic. Go tell her it's gonna go
Hmm.
give her some love.
Thank
All
you.
right. Also, don't forget, just about every night we got stuff going on over there at Ethereal Radio. And if we can help it, we're gonna get this lady involved over here too. So you never know what might happen. You never know what I might. She's already involved because
Oh,
we're doing the show, and she's the producer behind the show. So, Chad, I haven't given you a chance to address the Tiffany situation yet, man. Is there anything that you would like? I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there anything that you we're going to start showing some of her art here pretty soon, and she's going to talk about her art and her thought process and all of that. Um, you got anything, man, you want to hit her with before we take her on a journey?
Um, Tiffany, thank you.
Hey, Sir Giggle.
That's the biggest thing I can say, honestly. For being who you are and doing what you've done for us. You're responsible for so many things that have happened for myself and Gin that you are very, very appreciated.
I
That's what I got to
appreciate you
say.
guys too, and I hope that you know that. Like, I I'm very excited about all the things to come.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Be a kick-ass team for sure. Oh, sorry, excuse my language on Gin's show.
oh no,
Ah, you're
see,
good.
outlaw,
Oh
outlaw,
no.
outlaw. So, I did skip over the part where she worked at a candy store to be able to fund some of the other stuff that she was doing to help people. And, you know, there's just another. I could go on all day about these examples of where Tiffany helps people. But
I've done all kinds of
right
stuff.
now, what we're going to
I
do,
have a candy store. I did a bunch of stuff, but
right
mom
now,
and
what
then
we're going to do is
there
cast our
is.
gaze behind her
Are we
because
gonna
that's
start?
her art. No,
Yeah,
no, no.
I've
I was
got.
just saying. I'm just saying that's her art behind her.
Mhm.
And
Some I
so
found. I found a couple of the pieces that I had been looking for. Um,
let's get it, sister.
Want me to just
I
kind of
mean, this is
start? So
yes.
everybody's seen like my abstracts, which are like this one is promised to SA
Ti-
in the
Just a
beginning.
second. Hold on. Just a second. I'm sorry. If you're in my live and you want to see her in the big picture, go over to her live. Switch over to her live, and then you can see her in the big box. We can't control it
One
doing it this
second.
way, so you just got to go to the live. And if you're in Chad's live, drop a few tacos on him, and then go to her live. And she's gone, y'all. That's it. Show's over. Thank you for coming. Really enjoyed it. Her art was amazing. Did she faint?
She might have.
She might have fainted. Is there a number we're supposed to? No, I see movement. Is there? So I just a few tacos. Right on. Wayne was getting out of hand, Lake Erie
Yeah.
said.
So,
Lake
yeah.
Erie knew what was up. That's all. We were trying to figure out who had the emergency number to call because you just fainted.
I wouldn't be here if I was feeling that way.
Lake Erie Lucas got it under control though.
Yep.
He had it dialed in. So
Yep. Okay, so I kind of want to start off with a couple of my abstract pieces. I know that you guys are more familiar with that. You some people have seen this one already. This is one of the ones that I love, and it's been sitting on my wall for a while. But Essay has decided that she would like it. So
Essay Artistries?
yes.
Oh, that lady.
Some of these I paint while I am talking to people or interacting with people. And I've noticed that the colors of pieces change depending on conversation and the person, and because I just kind of doodle. I just put out colors and make lines and swirls and such.
So tell us about that one in your hand. Yeah, tell us about this
I
concept
don't
of.
really remember painting this one specifically.
Gotcha.
Just kind of, I was just pumping out stuff, and I was really into the dark, and just the contrast is what I was going for. I've got a better example of and this is another one where, like, while I'm talking to somebody, I just paint different size brushes and, you know, experiment a little bit.
That's the one you were telling me about. No, 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 no. Slow down. Slow down.
Okay.
Slow down.
This is the one I was telling you about. Yes.
Please tell our audience about it.
Somebody who was going through some stuff, and I ended up with a really dark, like, there's some really dark stuff in here, and then there was another person we were talking about something she was getting ready to celebrate, and then there was these bright cheery colors just shining through, and it's really cool to see how they evolve without a plan, you know, when it just kind of comes together, and then like, oh, I think that's done. Yeah. Mood flow. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like it's like I don't want to say channeling energy. That sounds kind of woo-woo, but like
I get what you're saying.
Whatever the vibe is in the room, that's kind of what kind of comes out on my canvas.
You can see it in your art. It's amazing. That's incredible to me. I mean, you can actually, like, when you were talking to me before we did a video interview, and you were able to walk me through. Yeah, my friend so and so called, and these lighter colors were during that conversation, and
like I said, somebody was going through some stuff, and it just altered my art, but in a great way. It didn't affect it negatively. Just,
you're like a vessel. I mean, you literally are like a vessel
right?
that just. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. You like channel other people's negativity and turn it into something cool. It's amazing.
Man, I've got.
Right, Eric? Right? Wow. The hits just keep coming, y'all.
And I don't have my favorite pieces because those are sold.
I don't have my favorite pieces because those have sold. I'm terrible. I don't even think I should be doing this.
Feel better. I severely undercharge when I was still new and I wasn't confident, and just like with the paint parties, it was almost just because I wanted to do it. I just needed help cutting my costs, like I will always make sure my stuff is available at many price points for sure. There's not a lot to this one. I had a lot of so sorry, that was a little faster than I meant to do it. There's a lot fire and water. There was an event here in our town that affected me pretty deeply. And one of the pieces that came of that. I've got
Can
another
you
one, and
back
I'll.
up just a little?
Sorry.
Back up back up just a little. There we go. Now they can see the bottom part, the fire part.
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what part you guys can see on your screen since it's.
most of it now.
Yeah.
Ah, that's amazing, unbelievable.
Sorry, Eric.
Especially
I was super
knowing,
focused.
especially knowing the story. You know what I mean? If she's given the opportunity just to talk a little bit about what is in her art, it's a whole. It's like essay artistry when she takes you and focuses you in on the migrants coming across the river or the rosary or
Her stuff
the
is
little
absolutely incredible.
cicada.
Um,
But yours is. I mean, it gives me that similar vibe, man. It's you literally are a vessel that channel energy or whatever it is, and it comes out on the canvas. It really does. Chad, am I close? You're the painter, dude. You tell me.
You're on it. No, I'm Eric was like smile chat and I was like, I'm just super focused paying attention here.
What?
Wow. Very nice.
I doodle sometimes, and it was like it's kind. This was kind of like one of essays pick like you pick it, she paints it kind of situations. I had somebody be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, a mushroom and a goldfish and balloons," and it was actually a sketch
Very
for a really
cool.
long time, and then I wanted to paint it, so I did the background. I don't. I still think there's some stuff
Wow.
I would add to it and brighten it up and stuff, but I think she's so cute.
Yeah. Very. Yes.
Just a
Yes.
fun
Very
thing.
nice.
Not
Very
all
nice.
not all art has to have deep meaning. Sometimes it's just you're practicing a technique or you're trying to think quicker on your feet or paint faster. Um
Mm-hmm.
that was this one was another one of those
Wait.
where I
What do
was
you mean by that?
what
What do you
what's
mean
that?
by like you said? Improve your technique, paint faster. You mean literally paint faster to get them done faster?
Oh yeah.
Like right
Like cuz
on.
there's I have a hard time with how slow some of it takes. So I for me personally, I like if I can't move fast, I don't want to do it. And so that's why there's so much movement in my pieces and
Right on.
all the swirly stuff. I can't
That makes
do
sense.
I'm not interested. I admire portrait artists and people who can do realism, but that's not ever going to be on my in my wheelhouse because I just
Right.
it's so slow. And it's just not how my brain works. So I will admire their work and leave them to that and I'll do bold and colorful and
Sure.
silly and
Right,
and it's
right.
and for sales reasons I if something's
Mm-hmm.
going to take me weeks and weeks and weeks to get done because I don't really know what I'm doing or something like that. That's why I was hesitant to take on commissions in the past was because I wasn't confident in my skills yet. And then I didn't want to take too long or charge too much or I don't know. It was very nerve-wracking for me.
I
So,
understand. Hey, I get
yeah.
it. I
Things like this can be it's good just to get some color on the canvas. It's not a work it's not a masterpiece, but it was something that I knocked out in like an hour and a half maybe, and I felt like I accomplished something because there's something that comes with finishing the product, finishing a painting. I've got a ton of stuff
right
still
Mm-hmm.
to
on.
be done, but when I can knock something out and
Sure.
finish it, that's where I feel like I finished something, and those bigger pieces that take a long time um
Cool, Lars.
tend to sit around longer.
Hey, Tiffany, Chris has to get her kids to bed, but she said thank you for an amazing show. Tears over here. Love you all. And Enigma says she loves your use of light, happy colors, especially with the acrylic. And
That's
Eric, the airbrush artist, says your art tells a story. Chris says it's breathtaking.
oh,
Um,
so much.
yeah, it's our chat. I couldn't keep up. The chat is
Yeah,
full of compliments for you over here, by
I
the way.
Uh-huh.
appreciate that.
Right on, Taylor. Yeah, definitely stay in touch with us for sure. Glad you stopped in.
So
So,
this one's for my sister. I haven't finished it yet.
can you back up just a skosh with the picture? Yeah,
That one's a
and then
hard
up.
one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the whole thing in the frame for you there. Up.
Set that one there.
There you go. A little higher. We got like the top half of it right now.
Okay.
Raise it up. There,
Like
right,
that?
a little lower, a little lower. Let me see it right under your
There
chin.
you go, right
There you go.
there.
Perfect.
There
There
we
you
go.
go. That's perfect.
We'll figure it out.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's perfect. No, that's perfect.
This one still
This
needs a
is for
little
your
work.
sister.
Yeah, she just finished her master's degree last year, and she's a counselor, and I made this for her office. And I'm gonna put
Oh,
all of her favorite books on
right
the,
on.
and then I'm
Very
Thank
gonna
you at the
nice.
low.
add in like crystals and a couple other things on the shelves. But yep, that
Very
one was a
cool.
lot of fun and it outside of my normal,
Right?
Right
but very
on.
Hey,
much
what's up, Italo?
perfect for my sister, you know.
Right. That's dope. That's
This
dope.
one is
At the low.
also
Welcome.
almost done, so
Yeah.
please excuse it.
What?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's amazing.
So this is going to be an underwater scene. Obviously very much inspired by Van Gogh for a long time.
Yes. Very.
I put
No.
a
I
lot of
like it.
swirls in my work that are very reminiscent of
Yeah.
him.
I like your swirls better than Van Gogh swirls.
I've just got different stuff to do swirls with.
Hey, at the low. If you're not following at the low, that's our good friend from Theory of Radio, and
Right about
good
here.
dude. Wow, Tiffany. See, look at the variety. Look at the amount of ground
Wow.
we've covered here.
Wow.
That's beautiful, Tiffany. The color,
Yes.
the light play. Man.
The depth in the
It is.
sky and the water.
Yeah.
The ones that are not signed, I don't know if I'm done with. So
Right. Yep, I know
Right.
about that. I know about
Right.
that.
Right.
um,
Theoria, guys. Painting at Tiffany's, don't
YouTube
sleep on her. Her and SA Artistries, I'm telling you. SA Artistries and painting at Tiffany's.
partial.
Wow, painting.
There we
Wow.
go.
Wow.
It looks a lot more red on the camera,
Theory.
but
Yeah.
I go through cloud phases because they're fun to paint, and it's when I need a repetitious thing that you can just keep building on. Clouds are what I end up doing. I don't think you guys have seen this one yet either.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. I want to go
Very
over to your
good.
live so I can get a bigger picture.
I'll definitely show you later.
Oh, that is amazing. My favorite color is purple too. Oh my God.
Very nice.
Like crystals, and then I'm gonna have some like misty stuff, magic stuff coming out.
Uh huh.
The book.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Lake Erie and Enigma. Yes, yes. Haven't seen half of them. Right. They're blowing our mind. Yes, they're amazing. Element Rose, good to see you.
Theory, I'm well. I hope you are too. Oh
Wow,
wow.
I haven't seen this one either.
I told you I was getting some stuff out.
You weren't bullshitting. Wow. Hey, Ash Desi.
This is a paint pour. I went through a phase where basically all I did was paint pours while I was learning
I
to do it, and
understand.
this is one of my favorite ones. I used a lot of
I
metallic,
love it.
Oh,
and
Nice.
there is
so
a
cool.
skill to the paint pours because you have to mix the stuff right. You have to use the right materials. You don't if you move it too quickly or whatever, it'll all run together. Like there's a little bit of a learning curve that I worked on for a little while, but it's a lot of fun.
Right
Yeah, the
on.
colors are nice.
That's
Getting a lot
amazing.
of compliments over here in my
Thank you.
chat.
I appreciate you helping out.
Yes, here too.
And
Hey,
then
Ash
this
Desi.
is another one that I absolutely adore. They're not my normal colors.
Thank you,
It's
Theory.
gold, black, and green. A little bit of silver.
That's amazing.
And
That looks like the theory of colors right there.
look at like the swoops and stuff through it. Like I love it. And it looks like it should have texture, but it is totally smooth.
Theory Entertainment needs that one in their in their
It
repertoire
is their
because
colors too, huh?
it's their colors. Yeah, it is. That's
We're
awesome.
Yeah,
co-hosting.
Heather.
Sorry, Squibs. We have each of us is live on our own, and then we've grouped up to co-host together, so you can just bounce around between if you.
Squibs.
Squibbles. He has changed his name. He is now Dirte.
Dirte.
Dirte. As in
Don't church it
I,
up for me, boy.
and we have a couple more that I would like to show. Did anybody have any questions or anything as we're
How did you get so damn good if you took 16 years off?
Well, and then okay, so I took the 16 years, and then I'm 38 now, so it's been 10 years since I started again. But I probably have only painted for about 5 of the last 10 years total because of my health stuff. And in that time, I built my business. I mean, legit business licensing, had my wholesale and retail permit, and I opened a store and did all those things. And as much as I loved it, and as much as I loved painting with people, I wasn't focusing on my art journey, my expanding my ability and my technique. So I do want to go back to that, but not for a long time. It's going to be well into the future before. I mean, we might do some little classes here and there online, but I'm not doing the. I want to. I want to paint for myself so that I can learn more.
Right on.
There's still too much
You got,
to learn. I want to focus on that.
my chat is full of shout outs to you and claps and hey Ash Desi, good to see you. Um, uh, Never stop thinking art. Hello, lovely. Your work is inspirational.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely theory. Make sure you go to her side and let her know. Um, John Doughty joined us. I saw some Fire Creations joined us, and where'd she go? Dang it. Ash Des. Oh, Kyra Wilson Art is in here.
She is so sweet. I never
Yes, I thought
followed
you
her.
would like that.
She's one of
Yeah,
my like I don't know
yeah.
inspirations. I don't know how to explain how much I adore her.
DC. Thanks for coming through, fam. Good to see you.
I'm
John
buddy.
Doty, good to see you. Bunch of folks in here from Theory Entertainment. Y'all all check out Tiffany's stuff. She's going to be with y'all soon. I'm telling you, if y'all don't come check Tiffany and SA Artistry's out, you've lost your minds, people.
So when I started painting again, what got me back into painting was YouTube because there are so many wonderful, beautiful people who are sharing their talents with us for free. And YouTube can be like free school for
I
just
feel
about
you.
anything that you need to do or want to learn or whatever. You can find somebody who knows how to do it on YouTube or whatever, right? So I started following this amazing woman called Cinnamon Cooney, the art Sherpa. And I forgot to mention this last night when we were talking. She's an amazing soul. I thank you so much. I connected with her immediately. Like I felt like this is my lady that I need to learn from. And I went on to practice by painting several of her tutorials and stuff. And I eventually moved into being licensed and painting or teaching her designs and stuff. I was with her for quite a while I was doing my paint parties and everything. But she was an amazing teacher. I mean, I've learned how to do so many things from these people that I met on, or that I not that I met, but that I was able to watch and learn from online. Thank you so much. So I had mentioned to you a while ago that I've got a painting that I wanted to send to you. It's not as good as I remember it being, so I'm gonna alter it. But I do have
Wow.
are and I want to do a different one for you that doesn't have the piano in the background, and then I think we need purple somewhere.
Thank
What?
you,
Oh
Terry.
my
This is
goodness.
that
That would
one
be
that I was thinking
amazing.
of that I wanted to
It
send
is
to you, and I'm
great.
not as happy with it as I remember being.
I
But
love it.
Do you?
I love
This is
it.
one of Cinnamon Cooney's designs. It was one of, just I'll practice one or whatever, but I think I'm gonna do it a little bit differently, and I think you got some room back there somewhere,
Did,
right?
did, did you just say you're gonna send me a painting? I'm
Yeah,
still digesting that. Holy shit, that's
yeah. I,
amazing! Right on.
yes, the
I'll have
purple
to
is a
send you
must. See?
something.
So
I'll
I'm
have to
gonna
send
change.
you
I'm either gonna
something.
paint a new one, or I might change that one up a little bit. Um,
Oh no! Oh no! We
She up
lost
and
her.
just vaporized.
Oh no! Uh, let's see what happens. She may have accidentally hit a button there. Uh-oh, she may have gone off her live on accident.
She's gone.
Oh, there we go. She's back. I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany? She said, I think I
I
remember the
unplugged my
film.
phone.
As I recall, I think we both
I love
kind
that
of
song.
liked it. I was just singing while you.
Yeah,
So
no biggie.
whenever I plug in or unplug my phone, that happens every time.
uh,
I wanted to show
uh,
you one of my other pieces that was very fun to do.
we're
I just
here. We're ready.
all right.
It's, wow.
So I do have to. I'm going to back up a little bit. Excuse my toes.
We can't see your
um,
toes.
it is on three separate pieces.
What? She just.
You put it together like that.
Ah!
This was just a crazy smear the paint everywhere, and then the eyeball showed up, and then I decided to emphasize it.
Kyra
And
wants to see all the pieces. You got to either show them individually or back up or something. But we got people over here want to see all. Yeah, yeah. How many different styles does she have? I don't know. I keep trying to say, y'all. We have been sleeping on
haven't
her. She
found. I
is.
think it's that I haven't found my style exactly. I think that's what the
I
deal
think you
is.
can do anything. I think you can do anything. Is what the deal is.
And it's really whatever's more interesting to me at the time, or
Yeah. God, that's.
there are some people who are very scared at the thought of painting without a plan, and I think it's very freeing. And honestly, my unplanned stuff is the stuff that sells the best.
Yes, I wholeheartedly
Kyra Wilson
agree.
called it triptych. That's a
Yeah,
really
this is a triptych. That
triptych. I
is
love
correct.
that. Right on. Oh, is that an actual thing?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
ignorant. I
because it's
didn't
on
know
three
that. What does that mean?
pieces. There's three separate pieces that make one
Triple. That,
picture.
that makes it okay. Well, there you go.
There's
Some stuff I
three.
just don't know.
It's funny.
Yeah,
Hey,
that one's a
Cajun.
lot of
Good to see you,
fun.
buddy.
And
Hope you got
then
my message, Cajun.
I'm gonna move around just a little bit real quick because this one's my favorite, and I have to.
This is awesome. This is awesome. I'm having
It's
so much
also
fun.
crooked, but that's because it's only on one nail right now.
Chad's over there having a stroke. Wow. It's cool, even crooked.
This one I think is my favorite thing that came out of the studio. Um, it was a lot of fun to paint. It's really, really deep. I got really mad. I got really happy. We had a lot of. I went through some stuff trying to figure out how to do it.
Thank you, Lars. You're the man, Lars. You're amazing.
Yes, Luca and Squibs, you are correct.
Kyra said she thinks that one's the best so far too.
Really?
And
Oh,
Kyra
thank
Kyra
you.
would know. She would know.
I I
she,
told you
she's pretty good. She knows some shit.
she's one of my favorite artists on this app, like
Yeah,
without
she's
a doubt.
dope, man.
Um,
She's
This
dope.
is another one of my paint pours.
Wow, that's
And I don't
beautiful. That
have very
looks
many of them up in my
galactic.
Instagram, but this one I really, really like.
That's cool.
Just
I've
because it's
seen it
like when
pretty
you
too.
when you look up close, there's everywhere you look. There's look at that.
Yes. There's
Wow.
another.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that's my favorite. This area. I want to do that all the time. That was what I was trying to do. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, I really like those large cells down there at the bottom. Those are really nice.
Like a dragon painted on it,
Yes,
Squibs?
that would be cool.
Because that would be badass.
Wow. Yeah, it
You know, with my
would.
cameo,
Yeah, it would. I mean, dragons are
I
always badass, but
I used
hey, Theria.
silicone oil in this, and it's still got almost a little bit of a film to it. Because I was trying to get those cells, and I don't know if anything would even stick to it if I were to try to paint over it.
Right.
Oh, you're looking for a dragon, is what he said.
Well,
Yep.
that is a dope image. It also reminds me, I hate to do this, but it reminds me of the
Mm-hmm.
Core SA Artistries where she went in and painted all the cool stuff in there. And yours just
The pareidolia one.
you did it in bubbles and
Okay. And we've got another that I forgot. Not that I
Kyra,
forgot, but
Kyra said you'd have to use oil-based paints to paint on it.
oh, could I still? Thank you so much, Kyra. I appreciate you.
Kyra said, and if you varnish it, you have to use oil-safe varnish.
Okay. Thank you very
So
much.
apparently Kyra's saying you could paint it with oil, and then you would need to use an oil-safe varnish. And I hope I said that right because I'm not a painter.
That's good to know because with acrylics, you can't mix them like that. That's not even an option.
Wait, you just skipped over. I caught
Sorry.
you. You skipped over one. You skipped one. Tell us about that. You got so much good
Going
stuff.
too
You
fast.
just can skip it.
Um,
You got so much good stuff. You could just skip over it if you wanted to. That's funny.
I just bounce around a whole bunch. This one is, oops, I accidentally shared it. This one was just one of my experiments. I don't know. I think it's really interesting. The camera's not quite picking up. I guess you can kind of see the difference in texture and color through there.
Yeah, that's cool.
But this one,
That's beautiful.
I think, is my favorites. And I do believe this is my pinned video on, or one of my pinned videos. And this area right here is my favorite.
I love it. I love it.
It's just like,
Kyra
it
had a
reminds me like
couple
the
more.
water, clouds, like the glow, the earth from above, almost.
She, Kyra said you can paint oil over acrylic, but never acrylic over
Yep,
oil. She also
exactly.
said if you use an oil to temper something, the same applies. Right on.
Good
Just
to
dropping
know.
knowledge up in here.
She is amazing. Everybody definitely needs to follow her and check out her stuff.
Yes. MCA. MCA. Good
And then,
to see you. Thanks for stopping through.
okay, I'm gonna take that. This one sits behind me all the time, and if I could just have that part right there blown up, I would be very happy. Cause like,
Wait.
I like right through here. I am doing an interview. I messaged you. I love you. I will talk to you after. And then this is.
Thank you, Mrs. Painting at Tiffany's. Mr. Painting at Tiffany's.
Oh, that was my son.
Oh, okay, right on. We won't say
This
his
is
name.
one of my ladies. I don't do faces yet. Maybe someday,
Wow, I've never seen
but not yet.
you. Wow, those are dope though. That I haven't seen those before. That is cool.
Yep. This one's not. This is
Damn it,
another one of my
Tiffany.
not done that ended up getting put away, and I think I'm gonna finish her. I really like it a lot. So,
That's cool.
and
It
then
reminds me a little bit about like that, the post World War II era with the
yeah, it
women
was
that had the,
based off of a pinup girl sticker
right
that
on. That's what I was.
I had
That's what I
seen.
was trying
Yeah.
to come up with. Yeah,
Yep.
like they put on the nose of the aircraft and.
Yep. Exactly. Yes. Okay. I think that might be about it right now.
Enigma said she never does face. She used to never do faces, and now she does portraits. So Tiffany, damn
Maybe.
it. Chad,
What?
thoughts?
Questions? Thank you so much for the
I've
heart.
I
never
was
seen
over
him
here
make that
answering.
face.
I was answering questions over here about the many styles that you experiment and reach into. My friend from France is here and was asking about the different styles that you're doing. I was trying to explain that you were a teacher, so you had to reach into many, many styles
Yep. So
and
I feel like
practices.
I learned a lot of different styles and became the master of none of them. But I can adjust quickly and will learn more as I re-enter this next part of my art journey. Because
Sure,
we're always on a
sure.
journey. And I don't want to
Right.
ever
You know,
feel too master
Kyra mentioned, she
student.
said, Tiffany, love the work. It's interesting that you're in a, quote, blue period, like Picasso. I don't know what that
Okay, so
means, but I bet
everything
it's
you've seen
badass.
has spanned the last, I want to say from 2018 until now. Um, I forgot about this guy.
Oh, gee, I forgot about this other amazing piece of art I've got over here stuck in a drawer. It's unbelievable. This
Yep,
blows my mind.
that one was fun. This is one of the only
So,
paintings
tell
I've
me about this
done
blue period.
here.
What is she referring to? The blue
It was a point in his life, and
period.
I think that was my understanding was his primary usage or the primary colors that he used. I go through phases
Yeah.
where
Okay.
everything's pink or everything's this or that. So pretty much I guess my favorites of what I have left is a lot of blue. And it's
I'm,
interesting, but she's
yeah,
not wrong.
yeah. He was on a blue kick, and I believe he was also testing different blue pigmentations.
And phthalo blue is,
Right
I think,
on.
my favorite color. Like phthalo blue green shade is my
Mm.
favorite. And quinacridone
Right
mentioned.
on.
But
Crimson Rose. Right on,
yep.
Tiffany. Well,
And
look.
that fish one I just finished
Um.
recently. Um, I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, but yeah, that was the last thing I've done. I think
Well.
I've shown everything that I set out to show today. Um, I know it's a lot,
Awesome. You did
but
amazing.
that's also years of,
No, you
you
did
know,
amazing.
what I've got. And I do
Well,
have a few videos
so
up of some of my previous work and including some of the ones that have been sold and stuff. So, and I'll be posting more content soon.
what? Where can they find you? What platforms can they find your art on?
Currently,
TikTok.
TikTok. Yep.
Okay. If I wanted to get in touch with you to purchase a something I
Message
saw today from you, how would I do that?
just message me.
Just just
Yep.
DM straight up, just DM you, and
DM me.
we'll sort it out from there.
If I happen to miss
Right
your
on.
DM, because sometimes it does get buried and I do apologize, but for right now this is my main form of where I'm sharing my stuff.
Gotcha.
Not really
Sure.
wanting to go back to the book face and
Um.
never got into IG. So here for now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kyra said, Lordy, we're gonna get you a website. We don't have a complete website yet, Kyra, but my website is gonna have a link to her art coming
Mhm.
soon as she's ready.
And
Um,
I'm
and yes,
like
we need to
would
get
like to
her a
make
website.
it's available for people to purchase and stuff like that. So that's goals.
So just a couple notes, because she's really sweet. She won't say this, so I can say it. Um, she doesn't do commissions, because she doesn't have a schedule for her art. She does what she does when she does it, and she finishes
Yep.
when she finishes.
And
And there are
sometimes
some artists that
that's a
get
long
down that
time.
way.
Like to wait that long. And I'm respectful of other
Right,
people's
right.
time and their money. And if I've got something that somebody wants, I am more than willing to sell it or make a print of it or whatever. I have done some commissions and they did turn out. I was very, very proud of the pieces that I did. On being on somebody else's schedule was super difficult for me as far as like the ADHD goes. So,
I
um,
understand. I
if
understand.
I've got it, or if it's something that I'm working on and somebody likes it, then I'm more than willing to part with things. I just don't feel like I can produce what other people in their head in a timely
Sure,
fashion. That's
Crimson.
what I meant about painting faster. Like there are times where I get stuck.
Right.
It takes me forever, and then sometimes like things don't get done, and you know,
Gotcha. Hey, I've got a few more
it's just a
messages
lot
here
of us,
for you,
yes.
Tiffany. Um, Thank you for sharing from Enigma. Kyra said we need to get Lordy, we need to get your website. Crimson Rose says, and Crimson, we did a thing on you earlier, and I'm going to put out some content on it. But we were showing your art, talking about you earlier today. Thank you for that package you sent me. It was
I have
amazing.
Santiago over here.
We'll do Santiago again too. Kyra says she rarely does commissions too, but it's because I'm complicated. Someone has the same ringtone, Chad, as Enigma, and it's okay not to do them, Kyra said. So, as
Yep.
Paul's in the house too, y'all.
I
So,
feel like that's a healthy decision to make for myself because I don't want to add stress to something that brings me joy. I've done enough of that.
Crimson Rose would like to know about the faceless lady behind you on the wall. She says, "Can I ask about the faceless lady behind her on the wall?" So, please, would you mind showing Crimson Rose that
Um,
painting again?
I have a
Which
few.
one, Crimson Rose? There's a
I've got
couple.
the
Yeah,
and
there.
I have a couple
That's
others that are along
I
this
love that.
same um theme, almost like, neck up, faceless. Um,
That's it. Crimson is saying that's it. Could you hold it up and over a little bit so we can see? There you go. There you go. Now we can see the whole thing. Could you talk about that one just a little bit, painting? Again, I
it
know you already
is
did, but
representative of how I was feeling at the time, I think. Very much in the mom role. That was my whole life was I just faceless caretaker to an extent. Um, and it's I don't know. I painted 3 or 4 of these different colors of hair and skin and mood and etc. Um, but it's representative of how much we do and go through and just act like everything's okay.
right, right.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you, MCA. Take care.
the
Thank
automated
you,
face
MCA.
interior, you get me. You get it.
I
Have a
want
Crimson
I
wonderful
says, "I
want
day.
to
love
see.
that.
Thank you
Feeling
so
the
much.
same way."
I got you. And then this one over here, like I said, I was just working off of a couple
This is
inspiration like
awesome.
in girl type pictures.
This is
Um,
awesome.
I did attempt a face and then quickly painted over it. So I'm gonna go back in with some shading and just imply features because I feel like I'm more confident in that.
Right on.
Oh, thank you, Ash. I appreciate that. And then I actually have a
Bye,
mirror,
MCA. Thank you.
a, like a little mirror from like a makeup set or something that I'm going to be attaching here, and then like something on the like I want to do like a tile behind her and stuff on the wall for the wall, and it'll be a multimedia piece when I'm done. This is
Very
the
nice.
MDF board, Gesso board, which is my favorite surface to paint on, but it's also the most expensive. So, or comparatively.
Kyra
Hmm.
said, "See, I was wondering about mixed media for you." So yeah, Kyra, she's on
I've done
There
it
you
for
go.
sure.
I
There you
really like to
go.
play with the different mediums that you add to your paint, like the fiber paste and the coarse molding paste and stuff like that, to give the different texture to the paint without affecting the pigment. Those are fun too. But those ones are all sold. I don't have
Kyra
any.
said she was looking at the water pieces. Of course, Kyra said she was looking at the water pieces and thinking yarn,
Yarn. Really, I
and
can
she
see
also
it
said
though.
she also said impasto. I don't know what that means, but impasto.
That's
Impasto.
you lay the paint on super super thick, and then you use basically almost use globs of paint to build your picture. They take forever to
Right on.
cure,
Man,
and
I'm
they look
learning all kinds of
fantastic.
shit.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It, um, that's a really impressive. Those a lot of times you'll see people use like the palette knives and you to do big.
Ah, okay.
Impasto is going to be more textured and like 3D off
I could
the.
totally see you doing that. I could totally
Mhm.
see you
It's a lot
doing
of fun. My
that.
mom has a couple of. I
Absolutely.
should have gone over to my mom's house and raided her walls. I didn't even think about that because she has a tendency to lay claim. Thank you so much, Crimson, to painting.
I
So my mom's got
understand.
several pieces around her house that like left my house so quickly I don't even remember what they look like. Thank you so
That's great.
much.
I can see you easily going into incorporating fabric textiles from where you're at, Kyra said. Yeah,
That's fun.
yeah,
That's
she's
something that
nodding.
I've played with the thought of for sure.
So, so Tiffany, um, since you are the moderator that is on here all the time, if you don't mind, would you mind just hanging with us, just staying in your box there and not
Yeah,
running away
yeah,
for a
that's
little
cool.
bit? Right on. We're gonna wrap up, and then that'll give us a chance to get back to any questions in the chat that I may have missed because people are loving what you're doing, and give Chad a chance to address anybody in his chat or anything like that. And then also, I think we want to do a San Diego rerun. And if Crimson Rose, raise your hand if you're still in here. I'd like to do a Crimson Rose rerun too. And we usually don't do these, but Tiffany is part of our team and she knows what's going on. So I'm hoping she's not going to feel like we're stepping on her by doing this. Crimson Rose, right on. So,
Whatever you need
Chad,
me to
give
do,
me just
I'm
a
down.
minute. I'm going to do a Crimson. Thank you. I knew. I knew you were. I'm going to give a Crimson Rose thing real quick here. Again, since we got her in the house. And this stuff came to me in an envelope, Crimson Rose sent, and she does postcards uh, for. Man, my mind just went blank. Holy cow! I'm so sorry. Help me out here, guys. I put it in the comments. Positivity. Damn it, man. So postcards for positivity. And I'm sorry, Crimson. I just did that to you. It happens.
I was trying to
And
help you out and I
in
was on
in
mute. Sorry.
right on. I have it there. I just couldn't bring it out. So she does this thing called Postcards for Positivity, and I got an envelope, and in the envelope were a couple postcards. Here's one of them. The other one, I'm going to send somebody, so I don't want to show it yet. Um, but here is one of the, and it's her artwork. This is her artwork, y'all. And on the back of this, now I put a frame on it because I thought it was cool and I wanted to hang it on my wall. But on the back of this was written a really kind note, a handwritten, really kind note, a personal note. So thank you so much for doing that, Crimson. I love the idea. I think it's an amazing idea. I saw Joshua Maddock open a similar one, so that's really incredible. Um, and here's these are stickers, and on the back of each one, she's written something inspirational. So this one says you are loved, and an amazing piece of art. This one says you have absolute power. Yes,
Absolute power.
absolute power you have. I love this one. This one's beautiful. I think maybe it's because of the color, but for the love of art is what the back of this one says. And I had a little frame that I could put this one in. And the back of this one says, good luck in life. And if I can get it, it's got like a little rainbow kind of thing. It's very cool. Up, up. There we go. Thanks, Chad. So Crimson Rose sends out postcards for positivity. And I would like everyone, if you would, to please give Crimson Rose a follow and please give her your support because she is another artist out there in our community who is working really hard to elevate the entire art community um, um, and with her own artwork, but by also just being kind to people, sending something out to people that is super kind. And Crimson, thank you so much. I'm gonna put together a little piece of content that has it in there. It's, I'm trying. It just takes me some time to get stuff like that done. But I also intend to do a piece of content for you, Crimson. So thank you for sending that. I know some other folks have received them. I hope that they enjoyed them as much as I did. And all of those pieces will be behind me somewhere um, with the rest of them. So thank you, Crimson. We really appreciate it. Um, and my man over here, Chad Rev Art, we have another artist friend of ours who sent us some art. And thank you, Crimson. I appreciate it. You know, we just appreciate you being here. We just appreciate you being here, Crimson.
You hear,
So
Santiago, dude?
Our buddy, our buddy Santiago 40, um, uh, is an amazing uh, wood burner. And I'm gonna let Chad say a little bit about him because he's got a piece of art from him, and I've got a piece of art from him. We're
Man.
gonna show our pieces of art again.
Hey, let's spread positivity in the same state I'm in. I'm in Missouri as well, Southwest. So, I didn't even know that our homie Santiago was doing this. And then he hits me up for a mailing address, and there's his logo. There's his signature logo. You guys see that? All right. Now, are you guys ready for this? One, two, bam! Look at that, y'all. Santiago don't play. Does not play.
It's a wild feeling having an
I
image of
wanted to
you
say
show
he
of
caught
yourself
your
show up.
guys' expressions perfectly.
I know he
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
That
right.
is so Chad, and that
Man,
is so Gin. Like, I love it.
I am so
Uh,
honored and thankful.
yes,
Several of
thank you,
you have been
Santiago.
sending
Beautiful.
me stuff and asking for my address to send me stuff, and I'm very honored and I appreciate you guys. It started out as a joke with me and Gin, and you guys have really just been extremely kind to both of us. And there's a ton of you guys out there doing portraits of Gin and I, and I just feel blessed. So thank you guys. Thank you so very much. Santiago art right here, you guys. What's up, dang it?
Absolutely,
Dang it.
absolutely,
Definitely love.
absolutely.
So yeah,
Amazing.
So, so people
thank you,
like Crimson
Santiago.
Rose, people like Crimson Rose sending out postcards for positivity, taking her time to handwrite them to actually send out good mojo to people. I gotta admit, when I opened it, I had a big grin on my face. They're cool. Every one of them are cool pieces of art, and it's just cool that someone would do that.
It really
Santiago coming through with some images of us on at a time when we could use a little lift. So it's amazing stuff, man. What a
Yeah,
community we have here. And
yeah,
so, what I would like to say is a little bit about that community. On Friday nights, you can catch Rick the Muse. He has a show every Friday night where he does interviews amazing artists. I spend Fridays
yes,
with my wife. I'm not always able to make it to that show. I try to.
yep,
I try to pop in. And SA Artistries does let's do a little bit about SA if you don't mind. SA
yeah. Have
Artistries
at it.
does a you pick it, she paints it every other Friday, and Rick the Muse was kind enough to work with her, and they worked their schedules out. But um,
Yes.
this was a gift. Uncle Knowing won this in one of SA's. You pick it, she paints it, and when Uncle Knowing won this, he sent it to me. Um, so this is this is the Grinch fighting Loki on Mars on a dock with the sun and the moon and some cactuses. And she somehow made that look cool.
Yep.
And our good friend Braveheart um, won another one of SA Artistry's. You pick it, she paints it, and he sent me this because he felt like I would want a picture of my brother Chad, and he was right. I love it. I actually had prints made of it and sent to Chad. But if you notice, if you look really closely, you can see me right here.
up a little bit.
Up some. There you go.
There you go. There he
So
is.
there I am right there. And Chad happens to be in this image too, so I
Yeah, I
guess we'll
happen to
mention
be
My
in there.
Chad.
Lord.
I don't know what that burrito thing is that I'm holding there. I don't know what
and
that little
uh
thing's about.
and our friend
Oh,
Nelly Artistic Energy also has a show. I think it's on Thursdays sometimes, and we'll have to check with her. But Nelly Artistic Energy also has one
Goop.
where Nelly is actually strolling across the street in Chicago, and that one's pretty cool. So SA Artistries is another one of those people out there that's doing stuff. She's putting stuff out in the artist community, trying to help out the artist community, supporting folks. You always see her around. You always see her in people's lives, supporting them. So SA Artistries lost a family member, and she had to go to Texas and do all the funeral things. So if y'all would show her some extra love these next coming days, go by her page and drop some hearts on her. Let her know that you love her, that you care about her, because that's what we do. And I'd like to thank Uncle Knowing, who is also an amazing artist, for sending me this. And I'd like to say thank Braveheart for sending me this. We've had a lot of fun with it. Chad knows I've got it. Chad wants me to have it. I sent Chad to Prince. If Chad wanted it bad enough, I'd send it to Chad. Who I will
Yep.
not send it to
We
is Jennifer Hudson. And the
send
reason
it
I
to
won't
Jennifer
send it to
Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson is
Dude,
because she's
come
now
on.
running around with John Larson. She's
It's because you
now running
wouldn't.
around
It's
with
because you
John
haven't sent her
Larson.
that
And I've
painting, you big
told you,
jerk.
Chad. I told you, Chad, if I sent this to her, we'd never hear from her again.
You
Right?
didn't send it to her. Now she's
And
running around with
now she's
Larson.
riding around with John
I know,
Larson.
Goop.
And
Goop. He
you
does
know what I'm
lie.
saying? You know
He's
what I'm
not as
saying?
innocent as
Me,
everybody thinks. He has a
me,
dark, thick black shadow that he casts upon me when
A
nobody's looking.
A2 Goopy,
Keeps he
A2
keeps
Goopster.
he keeps me locked up when we're not doing shows. He's like, if you're not on live Tic Tac, get in the basement. It's crazy.
And
Just send her the thing, Jen.
this is some of SA Artistry's real
that's one
work.
of my favorites of her painting.
Yes, that
This
is
is
my
some of her
favorite
real
painting
work.
so far that she's done
I
right
think
there.
Paradolia is my
Yeah,
favorite, but
those
this
are my
one
two.
is right up there.
What's up, Twisted Z Art?
Hmm.
So Jennifer Hudson is now officially dating John Larson Sr. John Larson Sr. is also an amazing wood burner. If you get the opportunity, go check out John. He's on lives all
Turn
the
my
time,
back on
or
this
he's at
mother.
work. If you wanted to see Chad Rev art, you're gonna have to tune in the week after next, or after this week, because he will not
Or
be on this Thursday. I'm gonna keep him locked in his dungeon. He's not allowed out. He's not been behaving himself. Um, Chad must disagree. What's up, Ledbetter? Good to see
Gid
you,
is making
man.
stories
Good
of
to
it. He
see
pinned
you.
it. Nice.
I
Nice.
Goopy is no longer going to be a moderator for the Gin Project. I think he
Oh my gosh.
so hey guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in
what
today. We're
was
going to
that?
start wrapping.
Where was that?
Sorry,
I'm
dang
sorry.
it.
What you got? What you got,
Oh, I
Tiffany?
apologizing to someone in my chat. I missed something that they gave me. I
Well, uh,
apologize.
my buddy Dave Ledbetter here, the local fellow, ex-Marine, my brother. Love the dude. He's in the chat here. Chad said to tell you hello.
What's
He's the
up?
guy that I was talking about. He's got an old mandolin we might be fixing for him.
Yeah.
But he is a local. He is my brother, and I'm happy to see him in the chat.
Very
Hey
cool.
Chad, Dave
Sorry, dang it.
Ledbetter, my buddy. Hey
Hmm?
folks, hey artist
Yeah.
friends, if y'all would follow my buddy Dave Ledbetter in the chat
Mm-hmm.
here. It's Dave Ledbetter 539. He is a personal friend of mine. Like we actually know each other in real
Like
time. And
IRL.
Dave lost his wife to cancer last year. So there's some of us that can relate to that, especially the folks in this box right here. I lost my dad to cancer last year. Chad beat cancer a few times, and Painting at Tiffany's does a live every week from a friend of ours who is going through a cancer treatment. Um,
And I
So
lost my
please
stepmom to
follow
cancer.
please follow David Ledbetter. We
Thank
love him. He's
you.
my
If I'm not
brother.
already following
Um,
you, you can follow back as well.
Big love to you,
Anybody
dude.
on here, please follow David. That's my dear friend. I don't get to see him as often as I'd like to. But Crimson Rose is saying she lost both her parents to cancer too. So David, I know you're a hunting, fishing, ass kicking badass, and you found yourself amongst a bunch of artists. Um, but we love you, man, and we feel you. And his wife's name was Mern, and she was an amazing human being, and I loved her too. And I'm glad you're here, man. That's really good to see you, bro. For real. So thanks, y'all. We appreciate everybody. Theory of Radio. I'd like y'all to check out Theory of Radio on Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I
See my
believe
pretty
you're going to be able to
face.
catch the Gin Project. I believe the first one they're putting up is the interview I did with Hanson. I will be
The
loading up the
ambassador?
painting at Tiffany. The Ambassador is going to be the very first out of the gates. Um, Ash Paul. Please follow Ash Paul. If you're not following Ash Paul, please do so. That's our people. She is also one of the moderators for our late night flow states. Um, Enigma is the lady with the question mark. Please follow her. She also helps us out with our late night flow states. And
And I'll
even
plug the
though
goop
Goopy
since you're being mean to
even
him.
though even though Goopy Goop has lost his damn mind, we love him, and he is another one of our moderators. Eric the Airbrush Artist is also one of our moderators. We'd like to thank him a lot. Cat Art is another one of the people that comes into our flow states and is a moderator. Um, and Painting at Tiffany's is our number one, our ride or die, the originator, the pedophilia. She's the one that introduced us. She's the one
That
that got
word
us all
doesn't sound
together.
like what it means. Just stop using it. Just stop. It doesn't sound like what. When you say it, it doesn't sound like what it's supposed to mean, and I get
It
it, but
doesn't.
it doesn't. Like anybody who's not completely familiar with that word, they're like, "Ooh, Tiffany, ugh, what's wrong with her? She's a what? And you had her on the show? God."
Goofy. And Goopy Goop, Chad Goopy Goop is showing up on my page, like my actual page, leaving skunks
Who would ever
and
put
gas
people up to
trails, and
that?
I don't know, man.
I don't know
I
why
don't know.
everybody should go on to Gin stuff and put skunk emojis all the time, lives
It
and
it would
content.
be
I would
like
never tell
it,
anybody to do that. Do
it would be like going to Chad's and dropping tacos and goats. If you went to Chad's page and dropped tacos and goats all over the place, he'd really love that. He's into it. or just
it.
or Gary Chance or Eric's pleading the fifth. We got Eric the airbrush artist over here pleading the fifth now.
Eric, I've been talking all this good stuff about you. What are you doing to
Which we
me? What are you doing to me,
and
Eric?
so while we got Eric the airbrush artist in our chat, we're going to take the opportunity. Make sure you follow him, but turn on your notifications because Eric is one of those
Yes.
fellows that sometimes he comes on when he kind of like us. When he feels like it, he goes on. So make sure you got your
Yes.
notifications on. Make sure you got
Let
your
me tell you something.
notifications
That
on
dude's
for Painting at
awesome.
Tiffany's because she's an outlaw and she hangs out with a bunch of
Face.
outlaws, and so she
He's a
can't tell
TikTok
you when she's going to be
outlaw.
on.
And we like
She's
to
got
hang
to.
out
I wouldn't tell
and we
you.
paint and we talk and we laugh and we cry and we go
And
through
you
all the
get
things together.
restrictions and you
So
do outlaw stuff and
we don't talk about stuff like that.
So follow Painting at Tiffany's. Turn on your notifications for Painting at Tiffany's. And I'm going to tell you, she started painting again. There's more stuff coming soon. We're going to add her stuff to our website. Chad's got some stuff in the pipe that we're working on that could include
Oh,
that too.
goop.
So
Goop.
stay tuned, folks. He's a live ninja. You never know who he's
We
going to be. That's right.
Oh yeah, we got some stuff. We got some stuff in the pipe right now. It's just gonna make your head go.
So check out
Stay
Theria.
tuned.
You got Fridays. You got Italo doing some poetry. are having hosting poets. On Saturdays, you got their
Hello.
top 10. On Tuesdays, just before our show, actually, you got the Fire Pit with Mike. That dude's a good dude. Um,
Yep.
inspiration with Theria. You can catch that too. That's going to be on Mondays. So please go download the Theria radio app, and it doesn't cost anything.
And it's easy
Support
to
those
use.
guys.
It's
Yes.
easy to make an
It's
account.
really
The app's easy to use. It's well made. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate all of the information available about everything. Like they did a very great job with that, with the app
Yeah,
itself
they did.
and
They
everything
really
that goes
did.
supporting
with the app. Like I really enjoy it.
This is my Therian face.
Ash Paul. Hey, look, y'all. Chad doesn't have a show Thursday, but Ash Paul has some poetry being read Thursday. Ash, drop what
There you
time? Is
go.
that something?
There you
Is that something
go.
folks can do? Is that something folks can do
Awesome.
on their Thursday
That could
evening?
be on TikTok or uh elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what we're.
On here.
What you thinking, Ash? Is that a TikTok thing we can support? So, you also got Rick the Muse on Friday nights. You got Nelly Artistic Energy. If you go to Lady Shine's page, There's a link in her bio, and you can register for all the events. She posts all, and I'm going to try to do that. I'm not as up to speed as Lady Shine
We'll work on
is.
that later, Gil.
I just registered for
Thank you,
this duet
thank you,
thing.
I got
thank
Well,
you. So
Teach
go to
Gil.
Lady Shine's page and register. What we're trying to do, folks, is support each other as artists. We're trying to elevate the entire art community, and I know we can't make it to all of them. So what Chad and I try to do with our shows is give as many shout outs as we can. Then hopefully people will do the same. Painting at Tiffany's holds us all together. She keeps us out of trouble, even though she's the outlaw. She actually keeps us out of trouble. Is there
outlaw
any? Are
glue.
there are there any shows you would like to announce? Painting anybody that we need to
Not that I can
follow,
think of.
or you already got that covered,
Rick
huh?
and Essay
What
are
about
both
you, Chad?
Friday, but they've kind of altered a little bit. So, and Essay's every other Friday. So I try
Mm-hmm.
to make those. That was a lot of fun. I got to sit through the whole pick and paint last time, and that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that.
That was epic.
Vicky
That
B.
last pick and that last pick you pick I paint was
Mhm.
absolutely
That was
hands
so much.
down epic.
She's so good at it too. She just thinks so quick on her
Yes,
feet. It's
yes.
like
Vicky
Yes.
B. Right on.
roast
Yeah,
at it.
I don't have any shows to announce, but I would like to add that the Gin sent me a package recently with some very nice materials for me to carve, and it is
That guy's an asshole, man.
extremely inspiring. Yes, he is definitely an a-hole, big time, but it extremely inspired me. So I have several new pieces that are about to start, and I may or may not announce ahead of time. So better be following. Better hit that notifications because I'm gonna be starting new pieces, and if you want to see it, that's how you see it. I went rogue. I got one show a week. I went
Tiffany.
rogue.
This is
Tiffany.
Nice.
my favorite thing that I've received so far.
Thank you, Chop Chop.
I love it.
Appreciate you a lot.
It's my favorite.
Tiffany.
It's a very nice.
You're so,
Very
you're
nice.
so sweet. You're very
So,
sweet.
Shay.
And the wooden
So,
spoons are my favorite as well. The spatula, especially. I appreciate it.
right on. And we are
He beats
finishing
me with the
up
wooden
our.
spoons.
Mhm.
We're finishing up a batch. We've been doing those on the lives, and when they get done, we won't be doing those again for a while. Until the next time. We're also doing some of these Bentwood
Thank you,
boxes.
Lake
So we're
Erie.
saying with
Yeah.
those.
Me too.
Once,
I love this so I know that it's not Gin's favorite one, but it's my favorite one.
That's cool. Dang it.
And it's just so cool. You can see all of the little imperfections and stuff, and it's so smooth. And the lid only fits on one way, and it like almost like that's doesn't come off unless you pull really hard.
That's
Love
craftsmanship, Bobby.
it is. Look at that. Look at that. And I know it's not his favorite one, but it's my favorite one, and I'm gonna use it forever.
well, that makes me smile. As long as it's your favorite one.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I,
Chad
dang
Rev
it, I
Art
don't
does
know
some
what that
amazing
means.
art. He's a carver. He's a painter. He's a musician. He's a cancer
Oh,
survivor. He's a father. He's a husband. He's one hell of a good friend, and he's a damn good man. So please give him a follow.
big
Painting at
love, homie.
Tiffany's. We wouldn't
All
be
right,
here
sis.
without
Oh,
her. She is literally the reason for the season. Like
yes,
that is
child.
a true story. I would not be here if Painting at Tiffany's didn't advocate for me to be here.
I'm so
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm so glad
thank
I
you,
spoke up.
Painting. Thank you for coming,
Me
being
too.
willing to come on the show. Thank you for all the help that you give us. Thank you for your friendship, for having someone that I could just call and be like, damn, like, what do you think here? So, I really appreciate you. It is absolutely invaluable. I can't
You
say
too, Heather.
enough how important you are to us.
Thank you.
I appreciate you,
We love you. We
everybody, the
appreciate
whole
your husband
community.
sharing you with us. We
What is
appreciate your
being
kids
built
being
is
patient with us.
amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely. So make sure to follow each other. Um, and you, Chad, is there any chance they're going to catch us in a flow state tonight?
I
I can
would
only
say the
see like your
chances are.
chin.
Yeah, we can see like here.
There you are.
I would say the
So
chances
it must
are
be.
most excellent.
Most excellent.
Most
Okay,
excellent.
so
Oh,
it looks like
that's right,
you could
Alexis.
probably catch.
Oh.
It's like you could probably catch me and Chad tonight doing a flow state. Usually we mash them
Yeah.
together. On Saturday mornings, I do a flow state with my dear friend SA Artistries. On Sunday nights at midnight, we do a flow state with Chad and I together.
Yep.
The rest of the time, you just got to kind of catch us. Sometimes Tiffany's hanging out with us. Uh, but other than that, generally we just join our flow states or our lives together,
Yeah.
and we're working in the shop, so we're not bringing people up, and we're not doing that kind of thing. We have these amazing moderators that usually at least a couple of them are roaming the chats.
And they'll poke you
Um,
with a stick. Watch it.
Eve's Artistry, we're just shutting down. Good to see you. Dang it, Rex. You don't know how to do
Oh,
that. All right, well,
dang it.
all you got to do is click on Tiffany. Once you click on Tiffany, can you talk them through
You should
how
be
to
able to click my name or click one
notify?
of our pictures and click watch live, and then it'll
And
take
it'll
you to
just.
that one, and
Boom.
you can go back.
Then,
What a towel.
but also, if you wanted to set the notifications, Tiffany, how would someone
Oh,
set
to
their
set the
notifications?
notifications. So you click on your person that you want the notification from, and then you click on their little
Go
picture,
ahead.
three little
Go ahead.
dots that should show up.
Go ahead and
You
click.
click that,
Do it. Do
and
it now.
your
Do it
notification
now.
on, or you can go directly to their page, and there should be an option for that, I believe,
Go
right
ahead. Do
on
it.
There we go.
Click.
the
Click on
individual.
your boy.
And that, my
Click.
friends, is the only
Click on your
reason Chad and I know a damn thing about TikTok is because Tiffany holds our hand and
click.
walks us through
I find notes that's
it.
like teach kid how to blah blah blah.
Click. Just
So
click right there. I
our
got a
friend
big
Eve's
forehead you
Artistry
won't
is here.
miss.
Our friend
Show
Eve's
it, show it.
Artistry is
Just
here.
click.
And,
Got
and
you.
we're showing art for our friends that stroll in here. This
Yo.
I got in one of Eve's Artistries. Now, our friend Eve's Artistries has had some bad luck lately. She has been banned for a week for
Bananas.
for being an outlaw like Tiffany. I'm sure. I'm
She's
sure.
a TikTok outlaw.
But if you would, please go to her page, show her some love. We want to get her back in action. She'll be
Do
back
it.
here in a week. But this is a piece of work that she did, and I really like the way that looks and the eyes.
It's a very
And
nice.
no, Eve, but what I did do was I looked up this. You're going to love this. I looked up being able to watch this movie, and I don't have lots of channels. I just kind of do the app thing. And it was either $6.99 to watch the movie or keep my Eve's Artistry subscription. So I kept my Eve's Artistry subscription, and I haven't seen the movie yet.
Guys, I want to point out, Gin just said that he's never seen The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm just going to leave you guys with that to do what you will. Just
I just
going
I
to do it.
haven't been able to at this point.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get
Yeah, I mean,
there.
it's only been out like, I don't know, 20 some odd years. No, I mean, no time there. I mean,
95 or something. 90.
uh-huh.
It's
Yeah. No big deal.
been a while.
What are we
Yeah.
talking about? I'm sorry, I spaced out on you. Were
Yeah.
you talking to
Uh-huh.
me?
The Nightmare
No,
Before
not at
Christmas
all.
movie.
Not at all. Not at all. We were talking amongst
Nightmare
ourselves.
when
We were talking
Nightmare
to the
Before
people who
Christmas
had
came
seen the
out,
movie.
I was still playing rugby at LSU when The Nightmare Before Christmas came out. That's how long ago it came
Nice,
out.
Goofy. Everyone
I was
sends him
in
a copy,
college.
right,
It's been a
Chop?
while. Hook me up. Hook a brother up. I'd love to see it.
Tommy says jail, straight to jail.
I might just gonna take me straight to jail.
Yep.
Damn, I don't even get a warning. Nothing.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
They're just gonna send the brother to jail. Damn.
Very nice of you for doing it, Rex. Thank you so much.
I would also like to point out my dear friend KP. You can find him on here. It's a K, capital K, and a capital P. He had the shirt made for me. He started this podcast with his son. It was about wrestling, and he's now doing broadcast for some sports stuff that's going on. So, Theory of Radio, if you're still listening, I might have a friend of mine that could have some content for you. And he also had these shirts made up, and the Again Project is on the sleeve. Um, but this is a really cool story, y'all.
That
Um,
like a thing other people
he
get?
he literally start no, this was kind of, he had these made and sent me one. We're in the process of getting some more done, and Chad's working on some t-shirts for the Gen project and for Chad Not Together. So
Awesome.
but
Y'all ready
my
for
buddy
that?
KP, if you follow KP, he's a super nice guy. He actually runs a restaurant in Pensacola, Florida, and he does broadcasting stuff like us. And he does two different careers at the same time. Well, not like us, but like
Wow.
some of us.
Yeah.
So his name is KP, capital K, capital P. He started this with his son because his son was into wrestling and he was into wrestling, and it was something they could connect on. So he started a podcast and it got rolling, and kind of like our interviews got picked up by somebody, his broadcast started getting picked up. And now he just interviewed the assistant baseball coach for Tuskegee University yesterday or the day before. Um, so he's making big moves. So go check him out.
Ah,
He's a great dude. Um,
Irish.
Chad and Gen's face walking all over the place. I'm scared. Well, you won't have to worry about that because probably about 3 people will buy those T-shirts, and you see all of them in the box right now.
Right.
The,
You'll see
the
him on
other
this
thing
show.
where you can get a
Do it again,
where
shirt.
you can yeah. Where you can get a badass shirt, though, my friend Tiffany has one over here. Is our good friend Eric, the airbrush artist, now has, is it a hoodie, Tiffany, or is it
I
a
have a
sweater?
shirt. It's a pullover sweatshirt. It says
Okay,
Eric the Airbrush Artist right here and on the back, and then it's got his TikTok name along the arm. It's
right.
soft and
Brad
comfortable.
Garraway.
Huh?
I said Brad Garraway. A fellow named Brad Garraway just entered the chat, y'all, and I know we're about to shut down, but if y'all would follow Brad, if he's still in here, did you leave, Brad? Brad is a friend of mine from Pensacola as well. He knows KP personally. He knows Kevin. We all used to work in the same restaurant together. And Brad now does recovery. He goes around and helps people recover from addiction. So, Brad, if you're
Oh,
still in
that's
the chat, brother, we love you, man. We hope you're doing all right. Looks like you might have just
sweet.
passed through. But anyway, if he is still in here, give Brad a follow. He's doing some good work. That might be all I got, guys. I tried to hit
I think
everybody. I'm sure I missed
I
somebody.
think we got
You
it
got it all?
from what I can
All
think of
right.
off the top of my head. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate you both and
Mine's good.
everybody. Thank you.
Thank
I
you
have
for
no
coming on.
other words. I'm kind of speechless, and I'm so glad that you had me on. Thank you so much. I appreciate
I'm so happy that you agreed to do it. Thank you for
it.
coming on. Thank you for
Sure.
sharing your personal
Yeah,
side with us too, because a lot of people have known you for a long time and didn't know that, didn't know some things
there's a
about
lot of
you.
stuff that. Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
Mindscape, reach
So
out. We're here.
it's very, very brave of you to step out there and speak about these issues, because we saw in the chat other women are dealing with them, and it's a good
And it's
thing
very
to
real.
talk to each other.
Huge stigma around it, and there shouldn't be.
Right,
It
right.
shouldn't
You're
be so
absolutely right.
hard, but
You're
my heart
absolutely
goes
right.
out to everybody dealing with that and everything else we have to in this life. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so
You
much for having
too.
me.
Hopefully, we'll see you later tonight.
Oh yeah,
Maybe you're
sure.
not obligated at all, of
I know
course,
I'm
but
not, but I enjoy it. So,
Chad, you got anything, buddy?
Hey, Crimson Rose. Yeah, my dogs, they really want to hang out with me. You can hear them going off in the back. Actually, I forgot to say something while we've been here on this. Hey, that's enough, dude. I've had content. Yeah, woof, woof. He's lit up right now. I got content downloading, and here pretty soon I'm gonna be opening up the YouTube with all the past content, kind of like you have been setting up, Ginster. So that's on the
Been
way.
doing the interviews.
Yeah.
You can catch not all of them. Some of them fell off the TikTok world before I knew that we needed them. But there's about 9 loaded over on the YouTubes, the entirety of the show. If you wanted to go check them out, I'd go get the version that Theria has though, because they have actually edited it and made it where you can just listen to it. Check that out. And Chad over here, we want to give him some support. He's got some stuff going on, so make sure you stop by his page and give him some likes and some loves and whatnot. And he's going to give us a clean medical report here this week. And if he doesn't, I'm going to fly to Missouri and kick his ass. So
I got it.
that's your options, Chad. Be healthy, or I'm going to come bust you up. David Ledbetter, you have a good night, brother. Love you, man. Take care of yourself. Mindscape Trip, thanks for coming in. Appreciate y'all. We're about to wrap this thing up here. You got Chad Rev Art over in the corner. You got Painting at Tiffany's, who I'm so excited came on the show and actually stepped out front and showed us her artwork and talked to us and did all kinds of cool stuff like that. You'll be able to catch her interview again too. It'll be over there on Theoria, I'm sure. Thank you, Theoria, for coming through. Thank you, Eve's Artistry, Ash Paul, everybody that I missed that I didn't say your name. Please forgive me, Goopy. You know I love you, brother. Chad Rev Art, sing us out, dude.
Happy trails to you until we meet again tonight on a flow state, maybe.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thanks, everybody. See you tonight. Flow State.